Welcome everybody to the stream. Welcome back. We are back with some Let's Play. Trying to do the remainder of the catch-up that we have going on. What's up, Shadow? Welcome. Trying to catch up the remainder of the Realm Reborn content that is missing. We have 97 quests remaining. So last stream, y'all saw that we finished Praetorium. We completed the initial 2.0 content is what we completed. Now we are moving on to 2.1, all the way through 2.5, and then a little bit of Heaven's Word, because apparently some of that's missing too. So yeah, let's be off. Let's get this showboat on the road, guys. New Game Plus. Starting part 5. The Prince of Principles. Yes. Pray return to the Waking Sands. It's sad that this character has more money than my main character. I was just looking at that. It's very sad. It's a sad day indeed, everybody. We gotta go to the Waking Sands. Hopefully everybody's having a good day today. I am awake. That's about the extent of what I have going on, is that I am awake. But we are on our way to the Waking Sands. Here it is. Here it is. Gotta go talk to the Miniphilia. Enter the Solar. PK Thunder, it pleases me to see you well. We don't worry about that. Do excuse me for interrupting, PK Thunder. My lady, the gentleman from Ashgana Exports has just left. I understand now why you didn't want to receive him. You did well, Tataru. Please inform the guards that we will not be receiving any further guests this morning. Thank you, my lady. Ever since we defeated Gaius on Belsar and destroyed his ultimate weapon, the eyes of the world have followed our every move, scarce remembering to blink. Where once we worked in secret with precious few friends and all too many enemies, we are now besieged by benefactors, each one more eager than the last to offer us his complete support. A true embarrassment of riches. Of course, every promise of patronage comes with a price. Some make their intentions known from the start, while others endeavor to engage us more subtly. Dress it how they will, the message is ever the same. We shall help you, but only if you help us. The gentleman Tataru spoke of was more brazen than most. In exchange for certain supplies, he would have us resolve a business dispute. Naturally, I refused him, as I have every other merchant of his ilk. Alas, the syndicate's overtures are not so easily rejected. When we formed the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, it was with the goal of serving Eorzea, not the interests of individual Eorzeans. Our neutrality is fundamental to our cause. In my heart, I know this to be true, and yet, if accepting these offers of patronage could empower us to do greater good, might they not warrant greater consideration? Our Beldesian colleagues have been generous beyond measure, but we cannot expect them to... Forgive me, I did not mean to burden you so. No, it's all good, girl. It's all good. Yet, my urge to share this dilemma may not be wholly misguided. I thought I'd already said that. Might I impose upon you to consult the others? They are like to have their own opinions on this matter. Fun. I don't think I have any of that unlocked with PK. Otherwise, I would assist. I have 97 quests to try to get this guy caught up to where me and the good sir are for all of our missing content. So the plan is to get as much done as possible. Fortune begets power, and power begets power fortune. That we, and especially you, have power beyond doubt. The question is what to do with it. You may be interested to know that there is a growing belief amongst the refugees that Alamigo could be liberated, if only the Scions would commit their strength to the cause. Yet, there is but one of many causes. We stand at a crossroads, PK Thunder. Each path is paved with good intentions, but where they lead is far from clear. I recall you our meeting with the Admiral shortly after the Lamencians sent word of the summoning of Titan. Then mayhap you also recall my words to our host. I said unto Merweb that her people had broken their treaty with the kobolds, and that the beastmen had justly responded. That we had been called to intervene in a conflict which she herself had invited. I spoke, in short, the truth. And wherefore did I speak it? Because owing no allegiance to Limsa, I felt no compulsion to allow the Lamencians to distort the facts to fit a narrative which justified their actions and absolve them of guilt. Upon this subject, Minfilia can expect a similar reply. Our many dalliances with the city-states have already weakened our claim to neutrality, but the path she contemplates would see us relinquish it entirely. Oriange is going to be the hardest one to talk to. 'Tis the lot of the powerful to attract the covetous as well as the needy. Thus doth prudence dictate that those with power proffer aid with one hand, whilst the other resisteth ever on their hilt. Alas, we have not the luxury of time to decipher our petitioners' machinations. Nay, not while the beast tribes do labor unseen, defiant in defeat, to raise up their fallen primals once more. Ooh, hold on, something's in my eye. Doubt not that they shall return stronger and bolder both, nor that we shall be the ones to meet them. This sacred charge shall ever be ours. 'Tis but a pity we are so few and our fortune so finite. Papalimo. None can deny that we would benefit from more support, but if it comes at the cost of our principles. Neutrality was ever the delicate matter. I've lost count of the times I've had to explain to people that our allegiances need not necessarily lie in the same place as our headquarters. Mind you, if we are to sell our services for Gil, we might as well declare our fealty to Ul'dah now, and have it done with. I'm quite sure Ida would enjoy the bribes. Of course she would. I've been receiving a lot of gifts lately, but Papa Lima keeps making me send them back. It wouldn't be so bad, but some of them are really nice. I mean, very nearly abandon your principles nice, you know? Abandon your principles nice, huh? This situation is not wholly unexpected. I too have given much thought to our organization's future, though it would seem I have reached a different conclusion. Mayhap it is time I make my feelings known to the antecedent. Come along, PK Thunder. Alpha out, PK Thunder, is aught amiss? You desired counsel, and so you shall have it, Minfilia. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn must leave Ul'dah. We must what? Do what? So long as we remain within Ul'dah territory, we will never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay only delayed the inevitable. We have demonstrated our capabilities, and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organization to remain independent now. We are far too dangerous for that. Surely you realize they are the reason Vesper Bay still lacks an Aetherite. They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause, which is why it and other favors will be denied unless we cooperate. If Ul'dah is no longer suitable, where would you have us go? Experience has taught us that the appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Accordingly, we must keep each of the great nations at arm's length and plant our banner in a place which all agree to be beyond their borders. Mordona. Revenant's Toll, to be precise. It lies within a neutral territory and offers all essential facilities we require. By way of an additional benefit, it also frequented by a veritable legion of adventurers who may serve to supplement our ranks. I am, of course, conscious of the fact that we have developed a certain bond with Ulda and her people over the years, but I truly believe that this is the best course of action. As you yourself observed, we have invaluable ties to the local community forged through years of concerted effort. Ulda is our home, Alphinaud. To cast aside everything we have built and start anew in that desolate wasteland would be beyond reckless. The decision is yours to make, Antecedent. I ask only that you recall the shared purpose which first moved us to found the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and which moved you to found the Path of the 12 ere that. We aspire to an ideal, you and I, just as grandfather did. That makes us more than mere comrades in arms. We are as much your family as... That will be all, Alphinaud. I am sure you have some familial affairs of your own to attend to. Your concern is most gracious, but no, I have left them in the hands of men better suited to the task than I. I could not very well allow my personal affairs to come before the needs of the Order, after all. He just threw that in her face. He threw that in her face right there at the end. He was like, yeah, I'm not going to let my family matters come before the needs of the Order. So basically, her issue is that she's got a lot of claims to Ul'dah, right? And we built connections here in Ul'dah and all that stuff, but she wants to be neutral, right? The problem is our base is in Ul'dah. That kind of breeds that we're not neutral. We're a part of Ul'dah, not a part of anything else. That's pretty much what they're getting at, or what he was getting at, is we're not showing actual neutrality, and that needs to be fixed. Is what he's kind of getting at. And he kind of, for lack of a better way, he shoved it in her face, basically calling her a hypocrite. I forgot I had a Reaper. I also have a Samurai, apparently. Obviously the Ninja. We showed that off last time. And then the Monk up there. But we're not gonna worry about the Monk. But yeah, for him to shove it in her face like that is like, oof. Leave Ul'dah. Has it truly come to this? Oh, Pika Thunder. Pray attend to Alphinaud. He is engaged in some business or other that requires your assistance. Pray be on your way. Alphinaud waits upon you, and I have much to think about. Oh, and tell him he shall have my answer in due time. Here he is. Confound it. She knows what must be done, and still she hesitates, all because of these fanciful rumors. I should explain. Minfilia's mother, well, adoptive mother, was among the great many who perished during the calamity. Falamain was her name, though you may know her better as the Songstress of Ul'dah. She was a performer of singular talent and much beloved by the people of Eorzea, not to mention a certain Charlian minstrel. As you may imagine, the news of her passing was greeted with shock and disbelief by her adoring followers, many of whom refused to acknowledge what had happened. That her body was never found only served to encourage speculation. Minfilia too struggled at first to accept the truth, but Flamin's absence stretched for a month into years. She saw that there could be no other explanation, until recently at any rate. For whatever reason, rumors have once again begun to circulate that Flamin is alive and well. One of our informants, Father Illud, has sent word that a woman matching the songstress description has been seen of late at the seaside resort of Costa del Sol. If we could succeed in tracking her down, I have no doubt that any worries that now plague Minfilia's heart might be I don't even know. I mean, to set forth for La Noche at once, let us reconvene there and inquire with Master Greguju as to the veracity of these rumors. To Costa del Sol, my guy. Bing! Feels like only yesterday we were here. I think it was like the day before, actually. Oh, sweet siren of the sands, my Mitoke muse, why have you forsaken me? Titan's Bane, I mean, PK Thunder. Titan's Bane, I mean, PK Thunder, what brings you to my humble resort? Flamen, you mean to tell me the goddess made flesh who dwelt among us until so very recently was the songstress of Ulda? Hey, gods, man. If I had ever known that, I would have chained her to my bedpost and never let her leave. Oh, for shame to think that she now plows her trade for the riffraff of the West. Or wherever she said she was going. It's a tragedy, I say, a tragedy. West, is it? Thank you, Master Gaguju. Your information will serve us well. That said, there are any number of places she could be. I shall begin my search by the docks and see if any witnesses might have some knowledge to spare. I would be most appreciative if you could travel to Wineport and do the same. To Wineport? I don't want to go to Wineport. That's fine. Well, if it isn't PK Thunder, the saver of Wineport, to what do we owe the pleasure? Ah, yes, we did receive a customer matching that description. She was a delight to behold. To give that woman her due, but her perfume was so ghastly, I had no choice but to eject her from the premises, interfering with the tastings, you understand. If she is your quarry, why not consult your blind associate? His olfactory perception is without peer. Excuse me, guys, sorry. Perception is without peer. Given that I could smell the woman from a mile away, I dare say he could smell her from 10. You want to know if I've seen a Mito class by the name of Flamen? I wish. I haven't seen that a lass of any description for far too bloody long. Shamani Lomani. Sniff, sniff. I see you've had many grand adventures since we last spoke, Peaky Thunder. You must share them with me sometime. The girl from a little while ago, one does not forget a perfume like that. So robust and intoxicating, yet stimulating, simultaneously familiar, reminiscent of a bloom native to these parts, in fact. I said as much when we spoke. She complimented my powers of observation and asked me where she might find some of the flowers. So I told her to follow the road south to Raincatcher Gully and then head east after crossing the second bridge. The flowers which grow in the shade of the cliff have the strongest scent, you see. If you make haste, you may yet find her there. All these fetch quests. Bum 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 ba-da. There she is, Flamen. Don't worry, I've got you, Flamen. I am in your debt, stranger. I did not realize my activities had aroused the Gabu's ire until it was too late. Their oils can be used to make a perfume, you see, and I'm like, shut up! Are you this person? Flamen? I don't... Who are you? Who do you serve? It appears you've already found our woman. Consider me impressed, my friend. The songstress of Ulda, I presume. Minfilia, or should I say, Asilia, is looking for you. Asilia? You are the very picture of health, my lady, yet the world thinks you dead. I can only conclude that this was by design. The question is, why? Not everyone who endeavors to find me does so with the best intentions, child. You will be pleased to know that I fully intend to reveal myself to Nymphilia when the time is right. Oh, well that does please me, more than you know, but tell me, sojourns in the forest of La Noscia aside, when exactly will the time be right? When I deem it so. Do you imagine I traveled all this way on a whim? As I was telling your associate prior to your intrusion, I came here to harvest these flowers for use in a perfume. Does that satisfy your curiosity, or would you interrogate me further? My apologies for the interruption. Anyway, now that we all have that which we came for, might we continue this conversation in a safer locale? Wineport, say. Back to Wineport. Eventually, for those that lurk, like Shadow, I know he's doing raids and stuff, so he's lurking in the stream. I do intend to eventually figure out how to do the lurk command thing. It's just something that I gotta take time aside and do, and I just haven't taken the time aside to do it. This is not at all how I had envisioned it. I can scarce begin to imagine what emotions will go through Minfilia's heart when she reunites with her mother after all these years. It's just one of them things that I gotta have time for it, and I spend more time just doing the stream than I do trying to add things. I really should add things, like extensions and things like that. Things that everybody likes to interact with. Just have to, again, take the time to do it. You say my daughter awaits us in Vesper Bay, yes? I have kept her waiting long enough. Let us be off on the next ferry. I can finish fashioning the perfume along the way. Understood. Come with me. It would be my pleasure to escort you to the Waking Sands. Oh, it took me there. Sweet. I didn't have to teleport. That's nice. Pray return to the Waking Sands. Antecedent? You have a guest. Humming. Celia? I haven't seen her like this in years, PK Thunder. I never truly believed it when they told me you're dead, but what kept you away so long? The Imperials came for me, as I always knew they would, and so I resolved to stay as far away from you as I could, lest their pursuit of me endanger you and our cause. I could think of no better way to grant you the freedom to continue our work, and continue it you did, achieving things I never could have imagined possible. I followed your every success and celebrated in secret. I'm so proud of you, Acelia. I learned from the best. I have a gift for you. Celestia perfume. You remembered. How could I forget? You wore it all the time. If ever I lost sight of you, I could find you again by following my nose. I did not think it was made anymore. You must have gone to so much trouble. It was never trouble to me, my darling. Sorry. I fear I cannot say the same for PK Thunder, however. I could not have made it without him. Thank you, PK Thunder. Thank you both. There's something else. This is the cat's eye I found. All these years you kept it? My father was a member of the Alamegan resistance. When I was yet a child, he brought me to Ul'dah. The accident which claimed his life happened shortly after our arrival. It was Laman who took care of me then. She raised me as her own, taught me everything I needed to know to survive. I am no stranger to the facts of your history, yet I fear I have failed to grasp their implications. It is clear that there is much I do not know about you and your mother both. One of her first lessons to me concerned mining, and I was a very dedicated student. This cat's eye was the first stone I unearthed. It wasn't much, of course, but I was exceedingly proud to have found it nonetheless. So I gave it to Laman as a gift. She said it was beautiful, but there I am at a loss. Why are you returning this to me? Is something amiss? No, Acelia, nothing is amiss. Quite the opposite. I need you to realize how far you come and how much further you must still go. You and your allies have accomplished more than I could ever have hoped. You have succeeded where I failed and made me so proud that the words fail me. But even as I marvel at the woman you've become and all that many things you have done, I cannot help but think of that which you have yet to do and of what it may entail. Acelia, daughter, you cannot stay here anymore. You and the Signs must leave Ul'dah. Laman. You built it once, Cecilia. You can build it again, and this time we'll do it together. Truly? But of course! Alpha, now, the time has come for the Scions to leave Vesper Bay. We shall establish a new headquarters in Revenant's Toll as you proposed. Much work lies ahead of us. Inform our fellow Scions and send word to the students of Baldessian. Preparations begin at once. All it took was a little visit from Mom. Laying the foundation. It is all well and good that we have found ourselves a new home in Revenant's Toll, but there is so much to be done and so little time. Our first step will be to secure the cooperation of the Adventurers Guild representatives there. Were it not for the Guild's considerable efforts, the original camp Revenant's Toll would never have been established, much less more heavily fortified successor. However, with construction still going on, the resources in short supply, it seems certain that the Guild will require something in return for their support, sympathetic to our cause though they may be. Whatever they ask, I shall not begrudge it. To be plain, we need them more than they need us. Without their assistance, such essential tasks as securing new facilities, cultivating relationship with local merchants, and recruiting adventurers would prove difficult, if not impossible. You need not concern yourself with such matters, antecedent. Really? Alphanode, if I need concern myself with anything, it surely is matters as these. Indirectly, perhaps. I submit that you might instead concern yourself with a different matter, namely, to whom the resolution of such matters might best be entrusted. And here I am, nor do I come alone. May I present the esteemed emissary of the Adventurers Guild at Revenant's Toll. It is an honor, antecedent. Upon receiving word of your intentions from Master Alphanode, we thought it best to begin talks at the earliest available opportunity. Know that my associates at Revenant's Toll hold the Signs of the Seventh Dawn in the highest regard. We should be honored to welcome your organization. There are, of course, certain provisions which must needs be negotiated. If it please you, I would do so. It does. Sir, unless I am much mistaken, you are the one known as PK Thunder, are you not? May I say what a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance. Slaffborn spoke of you in the most glowing terms. To steal an Imperial Reaper and use it to infiltrate Garlean Castrum is an undertaking few would contemplate, and fewer still survive. You shall always be welcome at Revenant's Toll. We hope you will favor us with your presence again ere long. Yeah, sure. I'll be over there. It's gonna be the new spot. Well, well, it would seem your reputation precedes you, PK Thunder. Mayhap I should dispatch you to Revenant's Toll with all haste as first intended. But before that, I dare say you have earned yourself a rest. After all, you have traveled so far, and is already so much you have done for us. What the hell? Hold on. Where is this? Where is it? Damn mattress firm. Okay, I think I got it. I was like, what the hell is that noise? Okay, we got it. But before that, I just dare say you've earned yourself a rest. After all, you have traveled so far, and there is already so much you have done for us and for me. So that mattress firm thing's probably going to pop up again. I don't know if you guys can hear it when it pops up, but I can, and it bugs the hell out of me. We will speak again anon. Until then, take care. Oh, Shadow, I don't know if you're still in the thing. I am very close to King Moogelmog. I don't know if you want to join me with just one-shotting him. I know you're doing raids. I'm a few quests out still, so take your time. PK Thunder. Were you able to get some rest? I would ask you to come with me to the Solar. Alphanaut has just returned, and it would seem there is something he would share with us. Sorry, I'm trying to get a picture of my dog. Bear with me. Got her. Yeah, that's my baby. If y'all are in the Discord, I'm gonna post this picture. Hold on. Under the pets tab. My pooch. Snoozing. Alright, sorry. Just had to post my girl. Had to post it up. Alright. Still here and have yet to get into my raid. Okay. I'm still, let's see, we're on laying the foundation. So 1, 2, 3, 4 quests. So not a whole lot. It just depends on how long it takes me to go through all the verbiage. You're here. Good. I come bearing news. The negotiations are concluded. And our friends at the Adventurers Guild have agreed to furnish us with new facilities and material support in exchange for our assistance in the ongoing defense and development of Revenant's Toll. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn shall have a new home in Mordona, the Rising Stones. A bittersweet victory, if truth be told. I cannot deny that I had come to look forward to Taru's tales of our many guests and their many, many demands. From the Waking Sands to the Rising Stones, passably poetic. That wasn't your doing, was it? Looks at Hyunja. He's like, hee hee hee. I too have news to share. In expectation of this expectation of this momentous day, I personally informed the Alliance leaders of our plans, and they have each pledged their full support, General Raubon included. Moreover, I have decided that the time is right for us to cast off the vestiges of our order's veil of secrecy and announce ourselves to the world. Are you sure that is wise, Antecedent? If anything, it's a mere formality. Our existence is quite possibly the worst kept secret in Eorzea. Yeah, you're not wrong. Let's affirm our identity, proclaim our achievements, that all may know what the Scions of the Seventh Dawn stand for. Well, obvious risks apart, it would be nice to receive a little more recognition. And the people have the right to know who saved them. It is my hope that this gesture will encourage the people of Eorzea to place their trust in us. I would reveal to them the true extent of our power, yes, but in doing so, I would show them that it is a power accountable to no one, and at once to all. And what of us? We who have felled primals and faced down the Empire, to you, my fellow scions, I would say this: prepare for the challenges which lie ahead, for they will be great indeed. Great. I say yet no greater than us, and we will rise to them as we have time and again, united as one. Yeah, she passed out. Yeah, she likes to lay underneath the desk while I'm gaming. There must be some way I can... Wait, that area is said to be rich in minerals. Maybe I should ask Flamen to teach me the basics of mining, too. Do you ever wonder how he does it? Alpha Note, I mean? It was almost predictable that he should appear with the emissary of the Adventurers Guild mere moments after I had expressed the need to forge ties between our organizations. Truly, his sense of timing rivals even your own. Setting such mysteries aside for the present, I have a task for you. I would like you to deliver these documents to Slafborn. They concern our forthcoming move. Do take care on the road and represent us well, PK Thunder. To Moderna! Our free location. I was told to expect a scion, but I didn't expect it to be you. It has been far too long, PK Thunder. You have something for me, yes? Let's see now. Yes, everything appears to be in order. You'll be staying with us for a while, yes? Would that we had a dozen more like you. Since we don't, though, we'll just give you the work of a dozen men. Haha, I jest. I mean, y'all do anyway. It's possibly a primal. Back to the work of a dozen men, I see. Huh, but I jest. Even I can appreciate that an important man such as yourself has little time for menial tasks. But since you're here, mayhap you'd be keen on having a look around the Scion's new home. See that impressive structure over there? That's the place. It was originally built to house a branch of the guild, you see. As such, it comes complete with a tavern where adventurers can rest from the road, fill their bellies with good food and drink, and their ears with tales of fortunes to be had about the realm. It may get a bit raucous at times, but I imagine it'll be as good a place as any to recruit capable men and women to your cause. Come with me, I'll show you around. Is that you, PK Thunder? I'm quite sorry to interrupt, but I have the most urgent news. We received grim tidings from Gridania, and it would appear our aid is required at once. I must ask you to report back to the Waking Sands with all due haste. Is everything quite alright, friend? Nah, I got shit to take care of. I can't say I'm privy to the details, but it would appear that this is no time for a leisurely tour. But no worries. You can rest assured that I'll see to all the necessary arrangements. Pray return at any time after you've seen to your more pressing matters. You know what I wish I had? I wish I had a voice thing, or not a voice thing, fuck, what do you call it? One of the channel point things, for one of the noise things, to be, hold on. Not there. Oh well. I want one that's, for those of you who know, Avenged Sevenfold, when he's singing Hail to the King, specifically for King Mugamog. That would be great. I don't know if that's something I can update while I'm actively on stream, though. Hold on. Let's see. Sound alerts. This one, yep. Set and close. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a No, number 5. Let's see if I can find it. Library. Search. Let's see if I can find it. Hail to the king.
Hail to the king.
Nope, not that one.
Hail to the king.
Nope.
Hail.
Nope. I mean, yes, but that's not where I want it to be.
Hail to the king, baby.
I do like that one. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Found it. I don't know if you guys could hear those. I'm sorry. They're kind of loud in my ear. Yeah. An error occurred. Son of a bitch. Alright, so I think it's because I'm already live. It won't let me actually add it right now. My alerts. Hang on a second, guys. Okay, there we go. Oh, but it added it for bits. I don't want it to be for bits. I wanted it to be for sound points. How do I... Relearning how to do this stuff, guys, is not as easy as I would like. Oh, because I did it wrong. I'm sorry. Oh, because I can only have 10. Okay, so I gotta remove some. How do I remove some? How do I remove it? But how do I remove you? Like that? Nope, it's not removed. I have to like... There we go. Okay, I got rid of that one. Add. Sound video. Favorites. Do so one. Add. Okay, cool, that's in there. So did that show up right away, or... Oh, yep, there it is. Okay, so it did show up, which is good. Okay, now let's find another one to get rid of. Probably this one. Okay, they've been added. Sorry. Sorry, distractions, guys, distractions. Sound alerts. Very distracting. That's not what I wanted. Get rid of that. Come back over here. Cool. Moving on. Oh, son of a bitch. It said speak to Tataru, and I fucking walked right past her. Went right past old girl. A messenger from the Twin Adder came to the Waking Sands while you were in Mordona. I wasn't privy to the conversation with the antecedent, but I did see the look on her face after he took his leave. Something definitely amiss. Could it be the Ixal have summoned Garuda again, or perhaps Imperial forces have been sighted in the Shroud? Well, whatever it is, I am absolutely certain it's not nothing. I'm absolutely certain it's nothing you can't handle. Now go and ask the antecedent if there's anything you can do. I was on my way there, Tataru, but you stopped me. Somebody stop me. I knew this day would come, yet I prayed it would not come so soon. We have reason to believe that another primal, or entity resembling one, has been summoned in Gridania. Thine arrival is customarily timely, Peke Thunder. The etheric waves leave little room for doubt. Thy talents will be needed ere long. If there be truth in my suspicions, 'tis a familiar foe we face, though one quite unlike Lady of the Vortex. We dare not draw conclusions without evidence, but as Urianger says, the readings bear a strong resemblance to the ones observed more than 5 years ago, though I had hoped the Mughals guard beyond such follies. Suffice it to say, this disturbance warrants a full investigation. Thy presence hath been requested by Commander Helix. He awaiteth thee at the Adder's Nest. Pray hasten to Gridania, Pike Thunder. Ida and Papalimo will rendezvous with you there. May you walk in the light of the crystal. To the Gridania. We are on our way to speak with the tree folk, the Adder's Nest. Curiouser and curiouser, though. However, let me come over hither. There's something I do want to check. Oh, okay, so I can only go up to level 50 gear. That's kind of dumb, but whatever. You know, I don't want any of this. And I don't even have that much, poetics, surprisingly enough. This is the Ironworks gear, for those that haven't seen it. I was just curious if it would let me just purchase all the way up to 80, but I think I'm already wearing the 80 gear, to be honest. Crypt Lurkers, yeah. Pretty darn sure. Who am I looking for? This guy. Not the company chest, this guy. A pleasure to see you as always, Beacon Thunder. Thank you for answering my summons. Quite frankly, I could think of no one more qualified to... well, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Allow me to explain. Hail to the king, Kupo! Not long ago, the Mughal Kuplakop visited the Adder's Nest to request an audience with the Elder Seedseer. He spoke of an imminent threat to all Mughal kind, one which will imperil the entire Twelveswood if left unchecked. You proved an able ambassador to the Sylphs, and we would have you reprise your role in dealing with the Mughals. The rest you should hear from Kuplakop himself. He awaits you within the Elder Seedseer's Lotus Sand. Hail to the king, Kupo. Look at the cat. Gimme kitten, that's kind of funny. Conjure skills. The other signs have already arrived, sir. May I show you in? Yes. Yes. Please, you have to stop them, but you mustn't kill them. They're not bad, Mughals, Kupo. They just misguided. A gentle, no, firm thrashing is in order, yes, but no. Calm yourself, Kuplakop. Can you not see that he hasn't the faintest idea what you're talking about? Be quiet this instant. Pray forgive his witless outburst, sister. Most grateful am I that you have come, PK Thunder. And upon such short notice, truly, Gridania could not wish for a more stalwart ally. But you are doubtless eager to know wherefore we summoned you. Our friend Kublakop has brought us news of a most unsettling development. It would seem that the good King Mughal the 12th has returned to Eorzea. A curious thing to hear, I know. Truth to tell, I myself cannot say for sure if he is a genuine figure from history or some manifestation of Mughal mythology. Kuplo here would have me believe the former. Once upon a time, we Mughals served the gods in the heavens. It was quite nice up there. Unspeakably beautiful, unimaginably spacious, and with literally endless supply of wine, Kupo. In spite of this, or possibly because of the last part, the gods eventually became discontented and started squabbling, which made life jolly difficult for the poor Mughals. So good King Mughal the 12th, may his glorious name live forever, decreed that the time had come to leave Kupo. The realm of man would suffice, he said, so all the Mughals should live there instead. Unfortunately, the two realms are so far apart that we couldn't safely fly down, but good King Mughal the 12th, may his miraculous foresight ever be praised, knew exactly what to do, Kupo. He had a rope, you see, the longest one ever woven. This he nobly held whilst his subjects climbed all the way down to the world below. And that is how we Mughals came to this land, Kupo. All except for good King Mughal the 12th, may his courageous sacrifice never be forgotten. He alone would remain in the heavens so that the Mughal kind might at last know peace. Except that he has not remained in the heavens, from what I understand. That being your reason for contacting us, yes? I'll bet he tied that rope to something. Good thinking. Remind me again what the problem was with him returning to Eorzea? The problem, Ida, lies in the fact that he was summoned. It is our belief that King Mughal the 12th is a myth made manifest, via means akin to those employed by the beast tribes in the summoning of their gods. Wait, you're saying that a handful of Mughals with a boatload of crystals wished really, really hard, and he just sort of appeared? Would that even work? What I cannot fathom is why they would even try. With Garuda humbled and the ultimate weapon destroyed, what new threat could possibly have prompted them to take such a drastic measure? Might that not in itself be the answer? Twice in the last half-decade, Eorzea has been brought unto the very brink of destruction, only to be spared at the last by a heroic effort of a chosen few. To you who braved those tempests and survived the virtue of your own strength, this latest period of peace will doubtless seem a welcome respite. But to those who had not the power to defend themselves, who were spared only by another's grace, this is merely the calm before the storm. I think the Mughals guard are afraid of what tomorrow will bring, and that things may not end so well as they did yesterday. That fear has driven them to call upon a greater power, one they believe can be relied upon to protect their loved ones and their homes, come what may. I assure you, the Mughals guard only want to protect the forest from outsiders, but ever since the return of King Kugelmug the 12th, may his boundless grace fill our hearts with love, they started to get a little carried away, Kupo, verging on a lot, in fact. Like the sylphs who summoned Ramu, you mean? We cannot discount the possibility that this entity is influencing the Mughals in a manner similar to that of a primal. We share the same concern. Whoever or whatever the king may be, it is our belief that he poses a threat only to Mughal kind, but not only to Mughal kind, but to Gridania as a whole. Thus we beseech you, PK Thunder, confront King Mughal the 12th and drive him from our midst. Okay. Humbly, I do thank you. The sanctuary of the Mughals guard and their liege lord is concealed by magical wards. Brother Isumi Yan of the Conjurers Guild will doubtless be able to offer insight on how they might be dispelled. Son of a bitch. Pray seek his counsel ere you proceed any further. Just got in? Cool. I'm literally like a quest away, so I gotta complete this quest and then I'll be on the quest for it, so I'll be there shortly. Good King Mugomaga, good King Mug, dun dun da 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 dun, dun dun da 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 dun 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 da 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 dun dun. I have a move. Don't I have the Moogle thing? Hold on. Mounts. Yeah, right here. I can't mount up because we're inside of a fucking city state, so it's gonna have to wait a second. Welcome, PK Thunder, welcome. That you should be the one to face the good King Mugham XII is of great comfort, to me and to the elements both. As I am sure you know, the Mughals are not by their nature a warlike race. Yet, should the king be suffered to remain, it is like that his influence will bring about a change in them. Thus does it behoove us to defeat him quickly, before any lasting damage is done. Make whatever preparations you deem necessary, and inform me when you are ready to seek the king. I am ready to seek the king! The wards barring access to the king's sanctuary can only be nullified through the use of enchanted keystones, the self-same method employed 5 years ago when the first king was summoned to Eorzea. It was with great regret that we were forced to sanction the slaying of the guardians who then held the keystones, for none were in our possession at the time. By the grace of the elements, however, we have been spared that burden on this occasion. Kublai Khan confided in me that he had been entrusted with a set of keystones by the Mughals guard themselves. Yet wishing not to betray their confidence, he begged me to find some other means to gain entry to the king's sanctum. Alas, I have been unable to do so, and dare not labor any longer for fear that the Mughals might succumb to the corrupting influence of their liege lord. We must have needs of Kublai Khan's keystones. PK Thunder, pray go to him and beg his assistance. He awaits you at Wet Shore Pier. Impress upon him our great need, and I am certain he will yield. Oh, just got into your raid? Oh, okay. We gotta get your tank leveled up higher so you can get in faster. Because them DPS queues, man. Them DPS queues be long. I guess I'll just teleport. What am I doing? Why am I running? I can just come over here, and I can teleport over there. Oh, fuck. Bow, whoop. Kuplo, cop, Kuplo, cop, Kuplo, cop. So, how would you do it, Kupo? Oh, he told you about that. Well, if there truly is no other way, I'll do it, Kupo. Take the ferry to Sweet Bloom Pier. I'll go on ahead. If you happen to be heading across like the Sweet Bloom Pier in East Shroud? Yes. There's the Mughals. Don't you dare lie to me, Kupo. I know what you're planning, and I won't allow it. Open your eyes, Kupo. The king will never be satisfied, no matter how many crystals you bring him. We offered you a choice, and this is how you repay us, by consorting with this Hrothgar? Imperials, Gridanians, Sylphs. You are no different from the rest of them. Actually, you're worse, Kupo. Traitor is this kin's Mughals. He plots treason against the crown. Enough, Kublai Khan will answer for his crimes soon enough, as will all who defy the goodwill, or the will of good King Mugham XII. May he reign forevermore, Kupo. Well, seeing as how you just got in the raid, you're probably going to be in there for a good 30-40 minutes, give or take. The king is planning to purge the 12th of his enemies, Kupo. We've got to stop him before it's too late. So I'm going to go ahead and push forward on this one. The entrance to Thornmarch is deep within the Bramble Patch, Kupo. If you take me there, I can nullify the ward, but be warned, the Mughals guard has set traps to lure enchanted beasts. I can't hide from them, so you'll need to protect me, Kupo. Guarding... What guarding entails? Oh, yeah, already... We know this. Don't leave me, Kupo. We'll fucking come faster then. Come on. Bro, this is gonna take forever. I don't remember this being a thing. Let's go, Kupo. Malevolent squirrels, huh? Come on, it's raining, Kupo. Any more baddies? It's a hostile presence. Just pop a holy on him, it's fine. Almost there. I can see it. You have lost sight of... No. He's right freaking here. We're here, Kupo. I don't see any more beasts, do you? Are you ready to face the king, Kupo? Then step closer to the ward. Raise your hand and focus, like when you attune to an Aetherite, Kupo. I'll open the way for you. The rest is up to you, Kupo. Now go and teach those foolish Muggles a lesson and send the king back whence he came. Thorn March Hard, now accessible. How close are you, sir? Just because if you're like on the last boss, I'll wait. Are you on the last boss? By chance? Pray tell. So you still got a little ways to go. So we're gonna go ahead and do this, guys. You might be able to join us for the next one. Who's the next one? Next one is Leviathan, but he's like 16, 17 quests off, but that's okay. Unrestricted. Thorn March. Good King Moogle Maga, good King Mog. Probably won't even get to that music, to be honest. For here they are! The Muggles Guards. Kupo, who in the seven hells are they? Meddling adventurers, I'd wager. Muggles Guard, to arms! Defend the king, Kupo! Whisker Walk. Hoopity Kupo. Palm Holy. Palm Meteor. I think I need to lie down, Kupo. Our foe is formidable, Kupo, but surely they are no match for our king. Hail to the king, Kupo! Hail to the Kupo, I mean the king. There he is. You shall suffer your transgressions against my subjects. Good King Mog. Good King Mugo Maga, good King. I win. 1 minute, 35 seconds. He's just grabbed. Like, let's go! Dragging him upside down. Goodbye, Moogles. Mortal knives. Mortal Mog knives. So the cool thing is, if you don't get the item that you wanted, right? So I got the knives. That's for the ninjas, right? I can open this coffer. Has to be done in a large settlement, so I can't open it here. Damn it. When I go back to Gridania, I'll be able to open it, I guess. You did it, Kupo. You did it. Good King of Mogomog the 12th, may his mighty soul rest in peace, is no more. I shudder to think what might have happened had you not stopped the Moogle's guard when you did. Thank you, PK Thunder. Perhaps now they'll come to their senses and stop playing at fairy tales. Rest assured that the chieftain will have choice words for them too. You should go and tell Puknipak that the king is no more, Kupo. She's with Ryo-O at Camp Tranquil and can relay the news to the chieftain. Good King Moogle Mog, good King Mog. Teleportation, Camp Tranquil. Alright, so since we're at a settlement, right? I'm wondering if this counts as a large settlement. Hold on. It does, okay. So I can open it. And now that I've opened it, it gave me the Mighty Mogrod, which is the White Mage Moogle weapon. And just to kind of show you guys what it is, here it is. That's what it is. And it makes the noises too. I don't know how well you guys can hear it. But yeah. That's it. There is a fancier version of it that like glows and stuff like that, but you're not going to get it out of this particular fight. So yeah. Anywho. And you can always use it for glamour and stuff like that. I thought he said he was at Camp Tranquil. What the hell? Oh, it's because he's over here. Do I dare believe my ears? Good King Moogamog the 12th, may his magnificent virtue serve as an example to us all, has fallen. All Moogakind owes you a debt, Kupo, and I see Ryo-O wishes to congratulate you as well. I shall let you two speak without fear of interruption. Your bravery in service of the 12 Wood and her Moogles shall not be forgotten, PK Thunder. My sister will doubtless wish to hear the tale of this great victory from the mouth of the man responsible. Pray return to the Lotus Stand and treat her to the full account of the day's events, while the details are yet fresh in your mind. To Gridania! Good King Moogle Mog, a good King Mog. Pam pam dee 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 dee. Conjurer's Guild. The Elder Seed Seer is expecting you. May I show you in? Yes. No, not Koopa Cop. Oh, fuck. Right. PK Thunder, you are returned to us, unharmed and victorious. Thus have I two reasons to be glad. Yet many questions remain unanswered. If you would be so kind as to oblige me, I would fain hear all that accounted in Thornmarch. Explains the situation. Then it is as we feared. The king really is a primal. But he really isn't, is he? I mean, the Moogles don't worship him, for one thing. He's not even a god to them. That doesn't sound like any primal I've ever heard of. Then mayhap the fault lies with the definition. The fact remains that through a combination of the power contained in crystals and the force of their collective faith, the Moogles called forth a being that by rights should not exist. Moreover, when slain, said being left no corpse, the aether which comprised him instead being scattered to the four winds. According to the accepted definition, he may not be a primal, but the mode of his manifestation was in every aspect the same. Which means Asians. The whole business reeks of their handiwork. Kupopo. They said it was a masked man who had taught them how years ago, but Gridania has no shortage of masked men, and I never thought to question. Confound it all, how many more will they ensnare with their tainted gifts? Too many, I fear. So long as there are paragons to stir the embers, fools to build a pyre, and crystals to feed the flames, ever and again shall we suffer primal visitation. A somber thought, but a salutary one. My heartfelt thanks, PK Thunder. Already the information you have provided has been proven invaluable. The Grand Serpent Marshal and I have much to discuss. Oh, before you do, my lady, I was hoping we might finish discussing that other matter. The matter for which you speak has even now been settled. The Scions shall not want for support. We shall be glad to send additional supplies to Revenant's Toll. We knew we could count on you, my lady. While Ida and I remain to discuss the particulars of our arrangement with the Elder Sea Seer, mayhaps you could return to the Waking Sand and appraise the antecedent of all that has transpired. Okay. We're almost done with 2.1, guys. Can you believe it was that fast? 2.1's about to be over. We got literally 2 quests left, and then we'll be on to 2.2. Good King Moogle Maga, good King Mog. Let's see. This is what I should have done right at the end. I should have been like, where is it? Hold on. I should have been like, right when I killed him, I should have just been like,
Hail to the king, baby.
That's what I should have done. It's good to see It's good to see you hale and healthy, PK Thunder. I received word from Ida and Papa Limo that you failed good King Mugamon the 12th, but I had hoped to hear your version of the tale. So, it is as they said, summoned with the methods used by the Beast Tribes and taught by the Asians. Though unfortunate, this incident did at least serve to remind the Elder Seed Seer of our usefulness. Her offer of additional support could not have come at a better time. My thanks, PK Thunder. Owing to the tireless efforts of all concerned, we are at long last ready to bid farewell to Vesper Bay. So as to avoid drawing undue attention, we shall make the journey to Revenant's Toll in small groups, departing at irregular intervals. Lest you doubt, it is still my intention to conduct future operations openly, but on this particular occasion, the need for caution overrides all other concerns. To move north as one ponderous caravan would only serve to invite attack. It seemed only right that I should be the last to leave, and I would have you remain with me until the end, PK Thunder. Upon my departure, the Waking Sands will formally cease to be our headquarters, and the premise will be given to the care of Oriange. I had thought to relinquish the property, but he was quite adamant, and I had not the heart to disagree. These walls have borne witness to some of the brightest and darkest moments of our Order's history. Mayhap it best that we do not forsake them entirely. Orianze shall remain here and devote his energies to studying the nature of primals. By the grace of the 12, he will one day discover permanent solution that we have sought for so long. Of course, he will not be alone. Alize shall continue to work closely with him as well. Should they require our assistance, I have their assurances that they will not hesitate to contact us. Speaking of Oriange, would you inquire of him if any tasks remain undone? I cannot escape the feeling that I have forgotten something important. We shall find out if there is anything we have forgotten. Oriange! Thou art ever welcome, PK Thunder, but I require no assistance. Pray take thy leave, unburdened by concern for my well-being. Verily, Thy countenance bespeaks a desire to quit this place without further delay. Mayhap you thinkest this chapter of the tale concluded, that these halls should rightfully be consigned to the annals of history. In man's eagerness to seize the future, how readily doth they set down the past. Full many a proud pioneer hath bravely stridden into the great unknown, only to find there the banner of the ancestor, faded by the eons, and still man glorieth in his discoveries. 'Tis through his pride that wisdom doth ever give way to ignorance, while they who lurk in shadow remain hidden, lost no sooner than they are found. Sigh, be not offended, PK Thunder. Thy conduct hath ever been beyond reproach. Despite thy surpassing strength and all thy many victories, thou hast never been so convinced of thine own greatness as to imagine thyself above the failings of thy forebears. Mayhap it is the echo which hath opened thine eyes to the lessons of history. Would that the same could be said of... Whence came that cry? The solar 12 forfend the antecedent. Sparta kicked the door. Sparta kicked the door. PK Thunder, you must. Looking at everything, getting ready to leave. Tell me, Louis Sois, would you have done the same? Louis Sois Levailleur was a remarkable man, wise beyond mortal measure. Would that I had met him prior to his passing. An Ascian here? How? How readily you see, you are indeed gifted antecedent. But you're not like the others, your robes. Gifted, but ignorant. Yet I shall not judge you harshly. The fault lies with your forebears. It has been millennia. Mine are the robes of an emissary. Unlike he who came before, I have no quarrel with you. He who, you speak of La Habrea? La Habrea. La Habrea is a warrior. He fought, he fell. He may yet learn from his mistakes. Then he is still... Come, I only confirm that which you already knew. There is no cessation, no oblivion, only expulsion. What are... We're ready when you are, my lady, if there's nothing else. Is something the matter? I feel the same way. After everything that's happened here, it feels strange to leave, but I'm sure we'll soon get used to Revenant's toll. Well, I'll let you say your goodbyes. Take as long as you like, my lady. We shall depart whenever you are ready. It is only to be expected. She lacks the gift and the knowledge both. To her, we are indistinct. I do not understand. Shadowless, fleshless, formless. What truth there is in each tale is diluted by time and telling. Knowledge dictates expectation, and expectation colors perception. Thus did she perceive not. So it is with all but a chosen few. Even you, when young, could not see with eyes unclouded. You know nothing about me. Nothing. The gift grants you clarity. It grants you focus. With it, you may in time come to see us as we are, rather than this crude approximation. La Habrea did not think so highly of the Echo. La Habrea is wrong about a great many things. The Echo is indeed a gift, albeit one you have yet to master. And if we did, there would be no strife between our peoples, for we would be of one mind. I leave as I came, in peace, antecedent. May we meet again as friends. Wait, stay where you are. Mayhap I was indelicate. 'Tis a mercy she shields her children from his grace with such resolve. Was it also by her hand that you survived the ardor, I wonder? Groan. I take it there's no need to explain. Save your concern, he did me no lasting harm. Whatever his intention was, it was not to kill. I heard a cry. What happened? Are you alright? You look faint. You need to lie down? I could fetch you a flask of my special tonic. Rayonje, send word to the students of Baldesion. Tell them to scour the archives, the forbidden tomes in particular. If there is any reference to an Ascian robed in white, however oblique, I would know of it. An Ascian, my lady? Was that what gave you cause to cry out? I did but moments ago glimpse a figure clad in white set forth from the waking sands, yet Ascians are wont to employ teleportation magics. Why would one be so brazen? I know not and care not. Find him, PK Thunder. Turn every stone in Vesper Bay if you have to. Pray attend to me, Tataru. Search for the white-robed Ascian. Can't remember exactly. Oh, he's right there. I am told you are the warrior light, but I would know for myself. I shall walk north, and you may choose to follow. Know, however, that if you be waylaid, that you will be waylaid if you do. You may even perish. Should you survive, we shall speak anon. Come at me, bro. Sorry, guys, work. Hold on. Okay. Had to respond real fast. Alright, he's going this way, so we're going this way. Bring it, bitches! Oh, yeah, purple circle. That means a fight. Let's bring it. You are being judged. Only reason why I'm walking is because I have to go through here. Yeah. Fucking frog. Fuck off, frog. Remarkable, truly remarkable. I thank you for granting me this indulgence. Lay down, Demi. None save the one who bested La Habrea could endure such an examination. Have the laws of man grown so twisted in my absence that it is now permitted to lay hands upon an emissary? You bore witness to my audience with the antecedents, did you not? Then know I acted in self-defense. I realize the same cannot be said of La Habrea. Even amongst his brethren, he is considered unique. Nevertheless, I cannot wholly condemn his misdeeds, for through them we discovered you, and so in the gift that he could cast us out. Your mother favors you still. Hang on one second. Come on, load faster. It's like really hot in my house. Your mother favors you still, that much is plain, but surely you must feel it. Her influence wanes, her strength shall soon be spent. These lands, these people, this world, all so soon change. As it was, so shall it be again, as it should always have been. Doubt my claims and question my motives if you will. Only believe me when I say this. I am Elidibus, emissary, bearer of the word of the one true God, and we shall meet again. Elidibus. If I return to the waking sands, well, the only way over there is to fly. Or walk, but we're not going to walk, we're going to fly. And we're going to take Umbrella. Me and Philia. Thank the gods you returned, PK Thunder. Are you left? After you left, I began to worry that I might have sent you to your doom. I take it our visitor proved elusive. Beg pardon? He was waiting for you. What did you do? What did he say? As it was, so it shall be again. Of what does he speak? Of what exactly? The words of this Elidibus portend much but reveal nothing, save perhaps a measure of disdain for La Habrea. I had hoped for answers, but it seems I shall have to be content with a wealth of additional questions. Let us set aside the matter of this asking until after we have completed our move to the Rising Stones. There is but one final favor I would ask of you before we depart. I believe I mentioned before that my father was a member of the Alamegan Resistance. The truth, however, is more complicated than that. As far as the Empire knew, he was their spy. He maintained the deception for nigh on half a decade, furnishing the Resistance with vital Imperial secrets, while feeding his paymasters subtly conceived misinformation. When he died some 15 years ago, my father left behind his journal, which I have closely guarded ever since. It contains every shred of information he and his agents could steal on what they believed to be the single greatest threat to Eorzea, the Primals. Its wisdom has guided me through the years, though there is much within I still do not understand. It is my hope that Urianger will fare better. Tell him to treat it with care. It is all I have left of my father. And shouldn't you give it to him yourself? Ugh. Fetch quests. Nah, this is my most precious belonging. All I have left of my dad. Can you go give it to this guy for me? But you couldn't do it yourself? It's literally in the next room. Ugh, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You there, arms mender. Repair my stuff. I thought thee departed. To what end doth thou linger? The father's final bequest, the daughter's lifelong labor. Just got out of my rage, still have yet to get either the healer or caster chest piece. Damn. The father's final bequest, the daughter's lifelong labor. It is no small thing to surrender such a cherished memento. Well can I imagine the antecedents' pain. Upon my honor, I swear to spare no effort in the study of these materials, lest my lady's sacrifice be in vain. PK Thunder, this is Menphilia. You're literally one room away from me. Forgive me, but I could not wait no longer. I have departed for the Rising Stones. If you have yet to, once you have given the journal to Urianger, I bid you come to the 7th heaven in Revenant's Toll. Tataru will be there to show you inside our new headquarters. Assuming you have already attuned to it, you may wish to make use of our new Aetherite in Revenant's Toll. After all, it's right on our doorstep. She couldn't wait for me to walk down the hall, give this to him, and then walk there with her. Whatevs, broski. Mordona. Yeah, anytime you're going into a dungeon looking for a specific piece of gear, what makes it even harder is when, not only when you're looking for a specific piece of gear in a dungeon and it's not dropping, but when it's in a raid and it's not dropping. Or if it does drop and somebody else takes it, makes it even worse. Oh, PK Thunder, you're here. Good, good. We were all wondering when you'd show up. As I was just telling your restive receptionist here, I'm pleased to inform you that all the documents have been prepared and all signatures signed. The Rising Stone is officially yours. Splendid. From this day forward, I will spare no effort in seeing that it is as welcoming and comfortable a home for us as the Waking Sands ever was. That said, this is all somewhat intimidating, is it not? So many unfamiliar places and unfamiliar faces. Most of the men and women you see around here in Revenant's Toll are adventurers who come and go as they wish. I dare say that should make it easier for you to go about your business here. And it shouldn't hurt that PK Thunder here has already made something of a name of himself here. Isn't that so, PK Thunder? I sure have. Why, that's wonderful to hear. Rest assured that this receptionist will work just as hard to see that our efforts do not skip a beat despite the relocation. And with that, PK Thunder, I do believe it's time you officially announced your presence to everyone inside. The antecedent and the others will surely be overjoyed to see you. It didn't even drop this time? Damn. See, plus side to dungeons, though, especially if it's an older dungeon, so, like, if I was really looking for, let's say, a piece of gear from fucking, I don't even know. A piece of gear from Snowcloak, right? Or the Keeper of the Lake. I'm looking for a specific piece of gear from one of those places. I can just unsync and go in. The downside to you... It won't let me. Downside for this is you can't unsync a raid, an alliance raid. You can't unsync any raids for that matter, but especially alliance raids, because you have to have 24 people. The raids themselves are set up in a way that you can't complete them with just one party. Just is what it is, kind of thing. Not bad. That's the only, like, real downside. I wish they would make raids unsyncable, even if it was just with, you know, somehow you found fucking 24 people to go in unsynced. But yeah. No. Not a thing. Alright, this is completing 2.1. We'll be on to 2.2. Through the Maelstrom is what that patch is called. This patch right here was called A Realm Awoken. This next patch is called Through the Maelstrom. It's got 14 quests. One of the quests is Leviathan. Well, it is certainly spacious. Today marks a new beginning for the Signs of the Seventh Dawn. For today we declare our independence. We shall henceforth be beholden to no nation, but serve all of Eorzea's people proudly and openly. But this does not mean that we will sever our ties with the Eorzean alliance. On the contrary, the antecedent and I shall endeavor to strengthen them. Rest assured, however, that we shall not permit political considerations to influence our decisions. Our identity remains unchanged, as does our cause. We are the scions of the Seventh Dawn, and our single purpose is to safeguard the future of Eorzea. For Eorzea! A moment of your time, PK Thunder. I would speak of Elidibus. Pardon the intrusion, my lady, but the matter which bringeth me will admit no delay. Mine every attempt to contact the students of Baldessian hath been met with silence. No one will respond? How odd. Allow me to try. No response. Surely they would not ignore us. They have never yet, my lady. I fear we must assume the worst. No, I will not believe it. An outpost perhaps, but not their headquarters. Their wards are beyond circumvention. Had they come under attack, they would most certainly have raised the alarm. None can penetrate the sanctum unnoticed. But for those who lack the gift and the knowledge both, oh no. Contact their agents in the field at once. If aught has befallen the students of Baldessian, they may know of it. Though the thought of it pains me, until such a time as evidence to the contrary, we can but assume the worst. Accordingly, we must needs seek another source of information on Elidibus. It is possible that others in the homeland are possessed of such knowledge, but be fairly warned, however, they are unlike to yield it unconditionally. Do what you must. Yet another unforeseen and unwelcome development. What could be next, I wonder? A visit from the crimson-clad Ascian, perhaps? Or Ochre, or Puce, and which of our allies will then fall silent? For a time I thought we had gained the upper hand. When you shattered the crystal of darkness and cast out La Habrea, I dared to hope that we had found a way to rid ourselves of the Ascian menace. But I was wrong. He endures, and he may yet return. Upon that point, I have no doubt that Elidibus spoke true. Yet there must be a way to destroy them utterly, a way to spare this world of their unholy machinations. I dare not consider the alternative. There are forces at work we do not understand, PK Thunder. I discern them all around. In disturbances too great and too numerous to be dismissed as mere coincidence. Doubtless the Paragons are involved, but how and to what end is far from clear. I know not what will come, but I do know that we will rise and meet it as one. Ah, my stalwart hero, your face is a picture of resolve. I know that you will be ready when the time comes. With luck, however, that will not be for a while yet. Pray return to your private affairs with my blessing. Should anything arise, you will be informed. Cryle, where are you? Your intercession was not foretold. You object? We question. Our plans are in motion, your intentions unclear. They survived the seventh ardor, and are stronger now in the gift. Does that not intrigue you? No, it does not. Serve as you will, so too shall I. We labor not at cross purposes. The wisdom of his plan shall become apparent in time, when the veil is lifted from their eyes, and at long last they see. That was 2.1. On to the Maelstrom. So this person right here, never mind, you'll see. This is the first time they introduced a new race, is all I'm getting at. Truly, there is no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself at home when I received a request for the assistance from the Amalja & Sons mineral concern. It would appear that their storehouse in Horizon has been the target of a series of covert robberies. Minor as they seemed in isolation, occasional disappearances in the manifest were long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during the concern's annual audit that the pattern became apparent. Significant quantities of crystals, and only crystals, were missing. Hold on. Something's in my eye. I need hardly tell you what that may imply. I'd be like, what kind of crystals we talking? The brass blades charged with investigating the thefts believe that someone within the concern is selling the crystals for profit. Alas, they have as yet been unable to identify a likely suspect, and the concern's proprietors have grown frustrated by their lack of progress. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods been of merely monetary value. If there is even the possibility that the thief acts not out of self-interest but in the service of a primal, we can ill afford to wait for the blades to realize their mistake. Pray depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with Yustola when you arrive. She and Thancred have already begun a preliminary investigation. I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope our fears prove unfounded when you do. So you're gonna go back in? You planning on re-queuing for that raid? It's funny that we gotta go back to Horizon. It's like, oh yeah, we just moved out of Ul'dah. Go back to Ul'dah. PK Thunder, your assistance is most welcome. I have already spoken at length with Brass Blades of the Rose, albeit to little avail. It would seem that the thieves took great pains to conceal their activities. I could go into further detail, but your time might be better spent in conversation with Fufulupa. He is the officer charged with leading the investigation, and I would only be repeating that which he related to me. If aught eluded my attention, mayhap it will not elude yours. Are you the one they call Fufulupa? PK Thunder, what a pleasure to see you again. Yustola said to expect you. Yes, I do plan to go back in, but I don't know if I'll get it before I have to leave for work to Papa John's. I believe I work at 3. Ooh. Well, what level is your tank again? I know it's a level 80 raid, but if your tank's... I think your tank was like 70 something, huh? And say, if your tank was 80, you could try to queue up as your tank. That might get you in a little faster, but... Ugh. PK Thunder, what a pleasure to see you again. You're still said to expect you. Terrible business, these thefts. We have yet to confirm the quantity of crystals stolen, but I dare say it may be greater than 76. Ugh. Tank versus Reaper won't help. I mean, a tank getting in versus a DPS, the queue might go a little faster to get you in. As far as how fast the dungeon goes, or the raid goes, yeah, the time frame of the raid won't matter. It's just going to be the time frame of how long do you have to wait. You have to wait 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, based on DPS queues, you know? But never mind that. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection and broke through one of our checkpoints on the Royal Allegan Sunway. The cart bolted off toward eastern Danelin, where, thank the gods, I hear that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident. Still need 3 tanks, 6 healers, and 12 DPS. Yeah. As speeding carriers, that would seem a curious choice for thieves of such proven cunning. Yet the Amalja do not have a foothold in eastern Danelin. And what of the cargo? Did they carry the crystals we seek? We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I failed to see what else it could. Did you miss me, friends? I'm back, but I fear I come bearing disappointing news, or on second thought, perhaps it's good news after all. Thancred, wherever have you been off to? I figured you had everything in control here, so I took a brief excursion to the east to check on our Amalja friends, and wouldn't you believe it, I happened upon a runaway carriage on the way, and even was able to do my small part to help my friends in the Brass Blaze to intercept it. In all my years, I have never seen such a prodigious quantity of somnus. The Blades were calling it one of the greatest hauls they've ever seen. The stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found. Is that so? Alas, I suppose we have no choice but to resume our search elsewhere. We should reassess our options as well. Come with us, PK Thunder. Against all expectation, it would seem the Amalja are innocent of this particular spat of crimes. By all indications, they have yet to replenish the stores of crystals exhausted during their last attempt to summon Ifrit. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to obtain the crystals, and in such quantities. It cannot be that we are dealing with simple thieves. If their motive were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we are missing something. While you think about what it might be, I shall inform Urianger of our progress, or lack thereof. Well, hopefully you get it fast so you can at least get one more run before you have to go to work.
Now then.
Oh, voiced over. Thanks.
'Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's Toll. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 quests before, what's his name, before Leviathan. Any bright ideas? A solitary flash of insight? No? Well then, want for a better suggestion, I say we try picking Fufalupa's brain again. Who knows, if we work together we may yet find something of use nestled away within. Oh, but it's good to see you return. I have given some thought to the matter, and I have just hit upon a most disturbing possibility. How could I have been so blind? I don't know, but something is still in my damn eye. Calm yourself, Fufalupa. How? What is this disturbing possibility of which you speak? I was contemplating as to how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long, and then it came to me. What if there was someone among our own ranks conspiring with them? A traitor in our midst. It would be most unfortunate if your fears proved well-founded, Fufalupa. Indeed, if, for reasons of security, the concerned decided to transfer the remaining crystals stored to Horizon in another location, their plans would be discovered the moment the brass braids were informed. Ah, but such a shipment would surely be well guarded. Would thieves as wily as ours risk open confrontation? Mayhap not. But neither would the concerned be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they may instead elect to carry out the transfer in secret, to entrust the goods to, let's say, a lone Mikot miner traveling without escort, so as to not attract undue attention. But who? Ah, I see, yes. The concerned may well elect to do that, but to travel with so much cargo would be a strenuous task indeed, and this miner would certainly need to rest upon the way, mayhap north of the bridge to Hammerlea? A fine spot for a rest, would you not agree, PK Thunder? You lie in wait to the north, and I shall do the same to the south. Ahem, forgive me, my friends, but I have received new orders. I must inform my men at once. Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if these thieves lay down their arms and surrender. See that you come prepared to offer them some encouragement. Here we go, guys. Standing watch. Unknown Ravagers. Unknown Ravagers. He still is all dressed up in like a mining outfit. Stubborn to the last, as expected. You are unharmed? Of course. A gang of sea wolf thieves, and in Thanlin no less. I suppose there's a first time for everything. Sea wolves? All of them? Aye, and all with the same taste in facial tattoos. Blue, in case you were wondering. Our thieves are a long way from home. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. Oh well. Then, Cred, if you would be so good as to attend the outstanding matters in Horizon, I have inquiries to make. To Horizon, then. Fufalupa will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves. On behalf of the Brass Blades of the Rose, I thank you for your service to the Horizon. Ah, but we have not been idle. While you were afield, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. Is that so? Then by your leave, I should very much like to have a word with the fellow in private. No, I'm afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, he managed to subdue the unit of blades dispatched to detain him, and made good in his escape. Oh, for the love of... And how did he manage that exactly? Your men haven't been sampling the somnus we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? No. But he is quite strong. A sea wolf, Leminson born and raised, I believe. But do not worry, we will find him, and you have my word on that. I see. Pray keep me appraised of any developments. Yes? He's standing next to me. Understood. I fear our time together has come to an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know. But one must follow where duty leads. You might try to look a little disappointed, or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? Yes. What's your queue looking like now? How many do you need? Still need all your tanks and healers? The Mother of Exiles, let's see. The Ensign bid me tell you to make for Vesper Bay, where young Alphinaud awaits your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident. I'm not privy to the details. But you do whatever it is that Alphinaud has planned for you. I shall endeavor to track down our traitorous Brass Blade. And when I do, you may rest assured that we will have our answers. Still have the same, huh? That's unfortunate. Currently sitting at 20 minutes. Damn. Yeah, older raids like that do take some time. Alright, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go help our buddy out. As you can see, continuing on! You are late, no matter. I know where our visitors are headed. From what I have been able to gather, the vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You are familiar with Doma, yes? In Othard? Well, like the rest of the nations of the eastern continent, it is ruled by the Garlean Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best of circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear their tale, and, more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We would be fools not to pursue this opportunity, do you think? Come with me to Ul'dah, PK Thunder. Unless I am mistaken, and I am rarely mistaken, we will find the Domans bickering with the Sultan Sworn on the Royal Promenade. You are uncertain of your role in the proceedings? Insurance. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may be being pursued by some, and if not, who better than to have on hand in the event of the unforeseen diplomatic incident? Besides, I do so enjoy your sparkling repertoire. Repartee. Satisfied? Good? I shall see you in Ul'dah. Okay, goodbye, Alphanod. Goddamn. Alright, let's see. Ul'dah! Hang on, guys. Apparently, the stream has frozen. I don't know what happened here. Hold on. I fix. Or I hope I fix. Okay. Seems to be fixed now. See how long that takes to break itself again. Oops. Chamber of Rule! It matters not how many times you ask, without the necessary permissions, none shall pass. Pray understand, good sir, we have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior. Allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness. Away with you, and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again. You know not what you do. I gather your pleas fell on deaf ears. A loyal man with a cold heart, I know his kind well. I hope that you will find me more to your liking. Alphanod Levelio, at your service. A friend, which I believe makes me very nearly unique in this part of the world. At least few indeed are your allies in Ul'dah, yet you will need some if you wish to endear yourselves to the wealthy and powerful. Pray join me and my associate at the quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us, and we shall see if there is aught we can do to help. To the quicksand! We haven't been to the quicksand in ages. Ages, I dare say, ages. To the Adventurers Guild, aka the quicksand. There they are.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Did you not?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Ul'dah are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
You land on the wrong shore. Should have went to Limsa.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise. But our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Ul'dah unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
This is back when they were
It
introducing
seems
the
I have
first new
urgent
race
business
to the
with the
game.
Flame, General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
I think they weren't like fully ready yet, if that makes sense, to announce it. That's why they kept it hidden for so long. If I may, sir, as I said earlier, we have been at sea for several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tales of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them. I think, suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made. Though it shames me to beg for more when you have already offered so much, desperation compels me. Gentle sir, if you and your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. Let me go talk to Momodi. Hells, why didn't you say so sooner, pt11? Of course I hope. You couldn't have picked a better day, to tell the truth. A wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow, see? But just sent word that they can't come, meaning I've got a boatload of foodstuffs and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance. Go and call on Fridru and Catherine at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell them I said to ship the little prince's order to the Waking Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show them those letters. That should set them straight. Where am I going? Sapphire Avenue Exchange, okay. It's gonna be this way. Bing. Catherine, the pot watch. My, that's a rather odd request. Maybe you misheard her instructions? You know, you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it. You mark my words. She's in the business of feeding refugees now. I ain't normally one to question Mr. Momodi's judgment, but that doesn't seem wise to me. I'll not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man what can't earn a crust deserves to go hungry. Momodi's just right here, so I'm not going to teleport again. They didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now go and tell Lady Yugiri all is in hand. I dared not hope for such magnanimity, much less expect it. Mistress Momodi is generous indeed. I shall be sure to thank her most humbly. Lady Yugiri, I briefed the Flame General of your situation. I think he'll be pleased with his reply. We have been granted an audience. Before the Sultana and the Syndicate both, we should return to the Royal Promenade at once. You have done much for us, Master Alphinaud. I swear we shall return the favor. Not as owed, Lady Yugiri, for a knot has been given. This small favor you fairly won with your words, and it is with words that you must win the favor of the Syndicate. Then I shall choose them with care. You will be accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing so unpalatable as nothing so unpalatable will be required of them, assuming the Domans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us in the Royal Promenade. Back out this door. Adeleji. A pleasure, PK Thunder. The others are already inside. Let us not keep them waiting.
I, Yugiri of Domar, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Yugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Domar, suffered under the yoke of imperial
And what's
rule.
kind of funny is this
my
whole
people yearn
section
to
is
be
just
free.
setting the groundwork
Thus, when
for
a war
Stormblood,
of
which is the
succession
third
broke out in
expansion.
Garlemald,
Or the second
we
expansion.
sought to take advantage
Because we
of
still have to do
chaos
Heaven's Word, and then we go to
reclaim our
Stormblood.
liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow.
Demi, back up.
Pray understand, we do not
yes,
beg
I
a
love you.
boon,
So back
but
up.
propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lolorito.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher.
It's not wrong.
The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends.
We have our own refugee story about, not just theirs.
And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes, the law is the law, and so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than Gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future.
Because he owns the gold saucer.
Ul'dah's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage have fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
4 of them left. Everybody left except for those 3. That means they did not pass.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace, and I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
Promises to keep. As you observe, Lolorito is not afraid to speak his mind, nor does he like to change it. Oft have I wondered how a man so skilled at weighing the worth of things should be so incapable of seeing the value in people. I will waste no more words on him, not when the Domans are yet in need of aid. Everyone, follow me to the Hall of Flames. Lolorito is a dick. They try to make Allie there. To the Hall of Flames. Ba-dum-dum. Nope, didn't want to talk to you. Trying to talk to you. Thanks. The Syndicate has spoken, and I see no point moving that the matter will be reconsidered. The Monitors have made their position clear. Agreed. Ul'dah is not an option. Nor are Limsa, Luminsa, or Gardania. I judge given the state of their internal affairs. That leaves our Doman friends confined to a ship. Gods, the thought of them huddled in an airless hold with no help for better treatment. Would that I had more time to find an alternative, a place not bound by the concerns of the great nations. Menphilia, this is precisely what I wish to discuss. I understand the Syndicate's decision, I do. We all wish to preserve that which is ours, especially when we believe it to be under siege. But I cannot meekly accept this judgment, not while my people suffer. Would it be out of the question for the Sultanate to accept us for a limited time, a week, mayhap, or even just a few days? Excellent, I shall keep you informed. Lady Yugiri, I have a proposal, if you would hear it. Out with it, Master Alphinaud. The headquarters of my order, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, stands in a place called Revenant's Toll, an outpost in Mordona. Like most outposts, it is frequented by mercenaries and other men of action, and lacks the comforts of more well-established settlements. However, the leaders of Revenant's Toll have been doing their utmost to change that. To that end, they have need of able-bodied individuals willing to work as frontier hands, hard labor, lest you doubt, with not save food and shelter by way of reward. Terms not unlike those which you yourself proposed, Lady Yugiri. Though I will not hear a word said against our beloved Ul'dah, Revenant's Toll would offer certain advantages, the absence of unhelpful bureaucracy being the most obvious. If they can accommodate us, we shall gladly accept. Master Alphinaud, once again I find myself in your debt. Pray do not thank me, my lady. The life your people go to is one of hard labor and few comforts, as I told you. And before that, there remains the matter of how they may safely be borne to Revenant's Toll, which will be no small feat considering the distance and their present condition. Mayhap the Uldan Adventurers Guild can be of assistance. Look for me there anon, PK Thunder. Lady Yugiri, if you and your people would accompany me, we may discuss what aid the Immortal Flames can provide. Back to the Adventurers Guild. We're concerned that the Doman refugees may find the journey to Revenant's Toll too much to bear. Too long have they been sequestered aboard the ship, with insufficient supplies and scarce room enough to breathe, let alone stretch their limbs. With that in mind, Mistress Momodi has kindly offered to accommodate the Domans until such a time they are ready to set out for Madona. Those healthy enough to travel will embark as soon as transportation has been secured, while those too weak to leave at once will be permitted to stay until they regain their strength. What news? Transportation remains our greatest obstacle, General. Is there aught the Immortal Flames can do? I fear that exceeds our mandate. Where it's a smaller number, mayhap it would go unnoticed. But the Syndicate will not bear the cost of escorting more than 200 Domans to Madona. When government fails to act, the responsibility falls to us private citizens. I'll engage the services of the 77 caravans on the Doman's behalf. Very well. We should begin contract negotiations at once. Your generosity is most welcome, my lord. After all that has befallen these good people, it's the least I can do. Come that may, you shall ever have a friend in Ulda, Lady Yugiri. And you in Revenant's Toll, my lord. Well, it sounds like we have work to do. Lady Yugiri, let's put our heads together and settle the details of our arrangement, shall we? And I would entrust the task of escorting our Dolan friends with you. After you have rested your own road-weary legs, of course. What say you? Sure. Yugiri's game. As we speak, the Domans prepare for departure at Vesper Bay, wherefrom they will be transported by carriage to Ulda. That said, this has all been decided rather suddenly, and it would not surprise me if the refugees required some assistance in coordinating their preparations. PK Thunder, I would have you return to Vesper Bay and facilitate the process through tasks great and small. In short, whatever must be done, do it. Speak with a man named Hozan. He will when you arrive. As Lady Guru tells it, he has been designated the leader of the first group. To Horizon. I never really thought about it till now, that just how like foreshadowed everything is. Like obviously, it's like, yeah, we're gonna go help out the Domans, you know, the land of the East, and we have to go by sea and blah 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 blah. Like you never really think about, I didn't really think about that right away, and then Heavensward came and it's like, oh, I guess we're not gonna worry too much about the Domans, and then all of a sudden after Heavensward, it's like, yeah, Stormblood Domans, woo! Greetings, Alphanad. Greetings. Alphanad informed me that a Scion would be arriving to help with preparations. I am honored to meet you, though shamed as well. A great warrior should not be tasked with such trivialities. You'd be surprised how many fetch quests I do. I knew from a glance what manner of man you were. I too have some skill at arms, as do many of our people. Pray forgive this trifle, but Might I trouble you to help round up the children that have been given into my care? They are most adept at staying hidden from my sight, but perhaps your keen eyes will succeed where I have failed. You have my thanks, friend. Pray seek out my son Yoza, and he can tell you more. Oh, hello there. I'm Yozen, son of Hosen. Will you be coming with us to Ulda? I hear we're traveling by a horse-bird-drawn carriage. But don't you think they're queer? Giant birds that people ride like horses? I still want to try riding one, but... What's that? You're looking for the others. Don't worry, I already told them to get ready for the carriages. I'll need your help, though, as we are finishing a game of hide-and-seek. 3 players are still hiding, and since Lady Yugiri told us to take it really seriously, they won't move until they're found. But Vesper Bay isn't that big, so I bet you can find them in no time. Ugh, children. Hey, you're not Yozen. Who are you? I'm Koharu. PK Thunderties, eh? I didn't know anyone else. I didn't know anyone else was. Wait a minute. You're one of those stallions, aren't you? No, scions. Then you must know Lady Yugiri, right? Isn't she great? She's really good at hide and seek too. Oh, right. It's almost time to go. Nice meeting you, PK Thunderties. Heckin' kids. Looks like there's one right there too. Are you playing? Ah, no, fair. Yozen didn't say anything about adults, huh? We get to ride a horsebird carriage? I don't know. It sounds scary. But if Yozen says it's safe, I'll go. Where's the last child? Crafting tome vendor? I cheat. Aha! I cheat. How'd you find me? I guess I need to practice more. Or maybe you're just good at this. I mean, the Garleans didn't find me. Wonderful. All the children are accounted. Hide and seek. I see that you are curious. It's quite simple, really. Lady Yugiri thought it best that the children know what to do in case the Garleans found us. I hope that those days are behind us, but nevertheless, take comfort in knowing that we are prepared. At long last, Hosen and the group are ready to leave the Vesper Bay. The first caravan is due to depart shortly, followed by the rest at regular intervals. My family and I, including my stubborn old father, Home, will be traveling in the lead carriage together with young Koharu, whom I believe you've already met. Though I understand the road to Ulda is regularly patrolled by your brass blades, it would give us comfort if you would agree to accompany us on our journey. Once again, I thank you for your kindness. When you are ready to leave, please inform our coachman. Eager to be off, are you? Aye, well, I was meaning to have a word with you about that. Runner from the blade says we might have a problem. A fierce-looking beastie has been sighted south of the bridge to Hammerlea. Might be as someone's eyes are playing tricks on him, of course, but I don't pay to gamble on this business. Now, I know you can handle yourself in a fight, but this lot here's another story. So I was thinking you might go on ahead and have a quick look around. Make sure the area is safe-like. And if you come across anything dangerous, you know what to do. When you're satisfied the way is clear, meet us outside Horizon. The blades tell me the road there's safe, so I reckon we can make it that far on our own, assuming the self-same bastards don't try and rob us, that is. To Horizon. I guess I could have teleported, but we're already pretty much there, so. Ah, yes, right there. Oh, I guess that wasn't it. This is it, though. Surveying? What do we got? The hell? Random ass wandering eye? Okay, is that it? You just teleport. It was a freaking void scent, man. So there was a beast. There was a beastie. Was being the operative word, eh? Haha. Well fought, sir. Well fought. Ah, if only I were in better health, I would have been proud to stand at your side. Pray, pay my son no mind. He forgets that his responsibilities preclude acts of daring do. Be that as it may, I cannot help but envy you. Had we been able to call upon heroes of your strength and skill in Doma, things would have been very different. But we cannot change the past. Those who fought and fell are forever lost to us. Lost but not forgotten. Lady Ugari's kinsmen least of all. They fought fiercest, though they knew full well it was in vain. She had every right to walk away, yet she chose to stay. Food, shelter, the promise of a better life, all this and more we owe to her. How does one even begin to repay such a debt? And kind Father, to she has given everything, we shall give our all. Whatever work there is to be done, we shall do without question. Ditch digging, bricklaying, it matters not. Revenant's Toll will grow and prosper by our hands. Oh, that's good. Hey, Mr. PK Thunder, Koharu and I want to know why you became an adventurer. To go whither the wild rose blooms. So, you like roses? I think I understand. I mean, they're nice and everything, but don't they grow in lots of places? It's my turn now. Excuse me, Mr. PK Thunder. I've got a question. What's Revenant's Toll like? Is it pretty? It's a stone's throw from an Imperial cast room. It's one of the signs of the Seventh Dawn, bastion of civilization in a harsh and unforgiving wilderness. It's a bustling outpost frequented by adventurers. You mean there's lots of people there who are just as strong as you? Oh, I can't wait. Enough, Koharu. It's my turn again. Mr. PK Thunder, when I'm older, I want to be as strong like you. What do I have to do? Fight ferocious beasts. Train every day. Buy weapons and armor from Rowena. Rowena, is she nice? Are her weapons cheap? I don't have any money at the moment, but my father might. I'll have to ask him. Alright, alright. There's enough questions for Mr. PK Thunder. That's not fair. Why does Yosen get to ask 2 questions? I want to know about adventuring as much as he does. Just one more, please. Do you think I could be an adventurer like you one day? Really? Then I will. Thanks for the advice, Mr. PK Thunder. I won't forget it. I'm going to be an adventurer too. When we get to Revenant's Toll, let's make an adventurers guild for Domans. And we'll protect our friends and punish the wicked, just like Mr. PK Thunder and Lady Ugiri. Yeah, just like Mr. PK Thunder and Lady Ugiri. We can talk more about it in the carriage on the way. Will you be joining us? They just keep hounding me with questions. The whole way to Ul'dah. Who am I talking to? Speak with Alf now at the quicksand. I was looking at something else. To the quicksand. PK Thunder, I take it the first group has arrived? Excellent. Is there aught else? No. I have matters well in hand here. You and Lady Yugiri should travel to Revenant's Toll forthwith. Alphino would have you and Yugiri part for Revenant's Toll without delay. It is past time Lady Yugiri met with the guild representative in Revenant's Toll. Since I do not foresee any further matters arising here in Thanlon, which might require your personal attention, I would instead have you serve as an escort to the Doman delegation for the duration of the journey. Speak first with Slaffborn upon your arrival. He is the one with whom the Domans will be working most closely, I should think. Afterwards, introduce Lady Yugiri to Menphilia and the guild emissary. If both meetings go well, the resulting ties should stand that Domans in good stead for that which is to come. Safe travels, PK Thunder. I just teleport? Oh, thank goodness. Goodbye. I leave you all to find your own way. You can all figure out how to get there on your own. Okay. Okay. And this must be the esteemed Lady Yugiri and her associates. I greet you all as friends and bid you welcome to the toll. I hope you don't find our dearth and fineries off-putting. Poor though we may seem, we have a wealth of spirit and camaraderie to spare. You see, race and creed don't enter into it here. We welcome all sorts, provided they are willing to earn their keep, of course. We are no strangers to hard work, Master Slaffborn. You may rest assured that we will carry out your orders with due diligence. Oh, not for a moment did I doubt your commitment, my lady. Pray understand, I give the same speech to all new arrivals, and you needn't bow your head or call me master either. We are both frontier hands as far as I am concerned. As you wish, Slaffborn. May this meeting mark the beginning of a long and fruitful relationship. Our guests have yet to meet the antecedent. 7 hells, PK Thunder. Why are you wasting time with me? See them to the rising stones. To the risen stones. To whom much is given, much is expected. Forgive me, I require a moment to compose my thoughts before meeting with your leader. We shall join you at the rising stones anon. Enter the rising stones. Into the solar. Speak with Menphilia. 'Tis no use. Our attempts to reach the students of Beldician continue to meet with failure. Urianger has explored other avenues of inquiry, but they too have yielded naught. We will preserve, of course, yet within our hearts the truth is clear. We are but awaiting confirmation of what we already know. How fare the Domans? Am I to understand you were kept quite busy in Vesper Bay? Mayhap you question the wisdom of aiding refugees when the primal threat remains unresolved. I should not blame you if you did, nor would I deny that the matter falls outside our normal purview. Be that as it may, I could not ignore the plight of these refugees, not when it was within our power to help them. Lady Yugiri is here. Please show her in. I would very much like to meet with her. Shoulder. We have no objections. Pray do so with our blessing. Your answer pleases me beyond words, my lady, but are you quite certain? We have no way of knowing how many might answer my summons. In the event that Revenant's Toll could not accommodate us all, we would need to find an alternative solution. Should that come to pass, we will find it together. As ever, it has been a pleasure, antecedent. Alas, we must take our leave, as the first carriages are due to arrive any moment. Should you require aught else, pray speak with Slaffborn, Lady Yugiri. PK Thunder. Lawman and I will make the necessary preparations to ensure that our Doman friends feel at home upon their arrival, though I must admit that I am still troubled about the matter of the missing crystals. Ysola should be returning anon with a report from afield. Mayhap you could wait here and speak with her upon her arrival.
How goes the fishing? Caught anything slippery?
Thankfully it's voiced.
Aye. Our suspicions were well founded. The Serpent Reavers are indeed the culprits.
The plot thickens.
Has there been any movement in Thanalan?
It has been blessedly quiet. Which is to say the Amalja are being no more or less of a nuisance than usual, summoning Ifrit with such crystals as they have hoarded. Urianger, too, reports not out of the ordinary.
Then we have our explanation.
Your explanation for what, pray tell?
For the recent spate of crystal thefts in Thanalan, we naturally assumed that the trail would lead us back to the Amalja. Yet it did not. It led us across the sea unto Vilbrand.
Vilbrand? There have been reports of increased Sahagin activity of late. Oh gods, they mean to summon Leviathan?
That is the way of it, I fear. Whilst conducting our investigation on behalf of the mineral concern, we came upon evidence implicating the Serpent Reavers. With the aid of the Maelstrom, I was able to verify our suspicions. 'Tis only a matter of time before Leviathan returns to harrow the seas. But there is more. One of the Sahagin, an elder by my judgment, spoke of attaining the gift and knowledge of eternity.
My turn. She got a headache, then I got a headache.
Such a disturbance in the ether. If I did not know better, I should think this device defective. And there is the explanation.
Soon it shall begin. Our Lord shall rise midst surging waves to wash away the finless ones. And I shall be granted the gift and knowledge of eternity, and with the emissary stand equal. Then shall I know no cessation, no oblivion.
Whence comes this promise of immortality? The emissary? We have outstayed our welcome.
The gift and knowledge.
Are the two of you quite well?
You shared that vision, did you not?
I sure did.
Even before the Sahagin made mention of the emissary, I recognized Elidibus's words. He is behind this. But surely it is not within his power to grant the echo.
My lady, unless we act swiftly, Leviathan will rise again. The Admiral has already requested that we intervene to prevent this. Failing that, we are to attend to the Primal's extermination.
She will have our full cooperation. Let us make haste to Limsa Lominsa.
Limsa Lominsa.
I mean to play a part in this mission. Tataru, pray, take charge in my absence.
My lady, are you sure this is wise?
I am aware of the risks, but there is something I must see with mine own eyes. The true nature of the Echo.
Very well. I shall not stand in your way. On the condition that you permit me to accompany you as bodyguard.
Your company is ever welcome, Thancred.
I take it something ill is afoot.
Aye. A primal is about to be loosed upon Eorzea.
Primal?
A godlike being whose very existence is a bane upon the land. We scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to put an end to their kind.
Papa Lima, he's like, yup, thumbs up, buddy.
I see. Know then that I am learned in the arts of war. In return for the kindness you have shown my people, I would lend you my blade.
I would lend you my blade.
It would be most welcome. When contending with a primal, one can never have too many able allies. If you crave a more intimate understanding of the problems facing Eorzea, this experience is like to provide it. Be sure to come well prepared.
Oh, yeah. Plainly, should the worst come to pass and Leviathan is summoned, our only recourse will be to face him in battle. Given past experience, you may very well think that eventuality inevitable. Yet so long as there is even a chance that the Primal's return might be prevented, we must needs bend all our efforts towards achieving that goal. Before we do aught else, let us hasten to Limsa Lominsa and meet with the Admiral. She will not have been idle in the intervening time, and will doubtless have valuable information to share. For Limsa! I almost took the teleporter out of habit. You are expected. Pray take this lift to the command room. Welcome, friends. I take it your solar has appraised you of the situation. Let us waste no time then. According to our best intelligence, the Sahagin had not crystals enough to summon their god. Alas, we did not count on the Serpent Reavers venturing as far as Thanalan to supplement their cache. For our short-sightedness, we are faced with the grim prospect of Leviathan's imminent return. Needless to say, I am not inclined to let the Fishbacks have their way. Even as we speak, the Maelstrom makes ready to launch a large-scale operation to thwart the summoning, and we would welcome the Scion's support in this endeavor. But, if gods forbid our efforts should come to naught, I will need to trouble you for more than mere support, much as I did when Titan last walked these lands. Lady Minfilia, I'm given to understand that you mean to accompany our soldiers on the front lines. I can only assume that you have sound reasons for doing so. I do, Admiral, but I would rather not be drawn. Rather not be drawn on their nature. I will say only that there is something I need to see with my own eyes. Is that so? Well, I am not so stubborn as to deny the wish of one whose aid I require. But precautions must be taken. I shall require that you remain by my side at all times. With that settled, let us speak of the operation. Private Thighs, our scouts are currently reconnoitering Sahagin movements within the Sapsa spawning grounds. Upon completing their mission, they will return to the operation staging point at Camp Skull Valley. I want you to make your way there forthwith, that you might be appraised of the latest intelligence. Commander Falkbearda has charge of the garrison. To Camp something. Camp Skull Valley. closest I can get is Airport, so that's where we're going. And head off to Kimskull Valley to speak with this dude right here. I've been expecting you, Scion of the Seventh Dawn. On behalf of the men and women here, I thank you for your cooperation. The safety of our citizens is paramount. With your aid, we will prevent Leviathan's return. As you may already know, Maelstrom scouts have been dispatched to reconnoiter the stop's spawning grounds. Though it pains me to admit, the Maelstrom has never faced a foe like this, the likes of this before. We must proceed with all due caution. Among other things, they have orders to determine where Leviathan might emerge, assuming it comes to that. And yet, their return is long overdue. I fear ill may have befallen them. For better or worse, we must ascertain their fate. If it is not too much to ask, I would have you aid us in the search. 5 scouts ventured into Sapsa all told. Here, take this flask of restorative to tend to those who may have been wounded. Though it pains me to even consider the notion, if they have perished, circumstances permitting, I ask that you recover their bodies. By no means venture too deep into enemy territory, however. We can ill afford to lose you at this juncture. And now we're off to seize a wizard. Should be right around here somewhere. Dude, how did I not see him when I was flying in? Where the hell is this guy? Oh, there he is. Help somebody. Of all the times to forget the restorative. Thank you. I owe you my life. We were ambushed by the Serpent Reavers. Lightly armed as we were, we didn't stand a chance. I was able to flee this far, but the others were captured. They were taken to the Serpent's tongue, I'm certain of it. I can make my way back to camp, but I fear the worst for my comrades. Save them, I beg you. Okay. Through the cave, and the door has now been opened. We go past the fate. Soldiers' corpses. Ground ravages. Now I gotta carry corpses. Here's one. Man, it's taking forever to pick up the second one. Private? Yes, he is privatized. I never did anything like to level him up because it was just funny that they kept calling him privatized. You return. Thank the navigator. When I learned that you went to the Serpent's Tongue by yourself, I feared that you would meet an untimely demise, but tell me, what became of the others? Dear gods, these wounds were not intended to kill, but to torture and maim. Does their savagery know no bounds? Enemies or no, they go too far. I dread to think what may have become of the 2 who remained unaccounted for. I pray that they haven't suffered the same evil fate. At the very least, one of my men came back alive, and for that I owe you my thanks. The price we paid was dear, but we have the intelligence we need. Even as we speak, the Admiral finalizes the details of this operation. The war horns will sound any moment now. Be ready to sally forth when they do. We're like 3 quests away. Thrice damn fistback bastards. I killed them slowly and then chased their rotten souls through the 7 hells. Peace, Commander. We are here for a purpose, and vengeance is not it. I want your mind on the task at hand, Sevi. My apologies, Admiral. You may count on me to keep a clear head. Good. According to our sole surviving scout, the Sahagin and their thralls have already begun to amass the Aetherite in the depths of the Sapsa. If we are to act, it must be now. The men are ready, but we await your orders, Admiral. As predicted, the Sahagin have tightened security in and around the spawning grounds. A frontal assault is likely to be met with a fierce resistance. Ah, but we are not so artless as that, Commander. We shall divide our forces and strike them hard and fast at key locations. Remember, our ultimate objective is to take the Sapsa Aetherite and eliminate the Sahagin priests presiding over the summoning. We are not here to kill them all. The Maelstrom shall engage and distract the Sahagin's legion of drowned pirates at the Serpent's Tongue, Commander. Commander, you have the charge over this effort. Be mindful that the lay of the land there is devilish for attacking forces. Let the foreign levy spearhead the assault, and have subsequent units fan out over their flanks. At the selfsame moment, a diversionary squadron formed of galleons of the Crimson Fleet shall harry the enemy from offshore. And likewise, we Scions shall form smaller units in hopes of confusing the Sahagin defensive front. PK Thunder and Yustola, the two of you are to make your way to the site of the summoning ritual. The Admiral's diversions should serve to thin the enemy's defenses, rendering your path less perilous. A small party, I believe, should be able to win through without drawing unwarranted attention. Thancred and Yugiri, your mission is to lure as many Sahagins as possible out of the spawning grounds. Having done so, take to your heels and circle around to join the infiltration unit with Yustola and PK Thunder. When all has been set in motion, I myself shall cut a path to the Aetherite, accompanied by Lady Minfilia, as we agreed. Well, don't let me keep you, friends. To battle! When last did we fight side by side, PK Thunder? Too long ago, I warrant. But come, let us away. And we're off. We ride into battle on the Chonkers. The Chonkers. I was like, what the hell? Oh, you lived, huh? Oh, they both lived. Oh, more spawned, huh? Okay. Have a holy, followed by another holy, just in case. Sheba! For Lord Leviathan. Chonkers! Gotta help up Yustola. She's struggling a little bit right there. Pray do not concern yourself. 'Twas but a glancing blow. Come, the Aetherite is close at hand. Let us press on.
them. They have made thralls of soldiers and civilians both.
Tancred's like, okay, I'm here.
Did I miss much?
Did I miss much?
So that is how you fight in the Far East. Mental note, pick no quarrel with Domans. But seriously, if I am to keep up, I must needs forsake elegance for efficiency.
Tancred gotta be a show-off now. Now he's just showing off. Now he's just showing off.
To the Aetheryte!
Getting surrounded everywhere we go.
You'll forgive me my lateness.
She's like, really?
I've been something of a liability of late, I know. 'Tis high time I set about making amends.
Long have you shriveled swordwalkers, tormented our kind. But no more!
Ooh, thunder.
Your time
Scared you?
is at an
Are you
end!
scared, you damn dams? Thunder like boomed right outside the house as she woke up.
With salt in your wounds and sea in your lungs. Lord of the world, hearken to our plea. Lord of the world, deliver us from our misery.
Do you feel that?
I know this sensation. It's the echo.
What?
Such power! It is transcendent!
Seven hells.
Strike me down if
die, damn you!
Kill the rest of them so he has nowhere to go.
Foolish shorewalker! You cannot kill that which is eternal!
Heavens forfend.
Damn it all!
My being ebbs away. It should by right be infinite. Am I not immortal? Curse you, emissary! You promised me everlasting.
Well, Leviathan's been summoned.
Where did he go?
What say you? Nary a single ship? Hells take that sea demon! Gather the survivors and get to shore. Leave the wrecks for the pirates. Leviathan wastes no time. The diversionary squadron is lost.
Damn. Took them ships out already.
For a mercy, 'twould seem the Primal now makes for open sea. But why does he not press his advantage? Unless... God save us. He means to unleash a tidal wave.
Get to high ground. Tsunami coming in. Understand, I speak of no normal wall of water. That which Leviathan makes ready to conjure carries more destructive powers than aught seen in nature. Enough to raise entire coastal settlements. If his attempt is any guide, if his last attempt is any guide, we cannot suffer history to be repeated. Yet, how in the seven hells are we to prevent it? Into the heart of the world. Though our plight cries out for action, we must take thought. So long as Leviathan remains in open sea, he is effectively beyond our reach. Our fleet is second to none, of that you may be sure, but Lim Lane herself would struggle to best the Lord of the World in his element. In a straight fight, he would make meat and match wood of us. Meat and match wood of us. We need another plan. That much is plain. Let us return to Limsa and see if we cannot think of one. I shall await you in the command room. What time is it? I don't know if we're gonna have enough time, guys. I don't know if we're gonna have enough time to take out Leviathan today. This guy's name is Labor Laws? What the hell? You're expecting the command room. Please, pray do not keep the Admiral waiting.
There used to be a hamlet beyond South Tidegate in western Lanosha. Halfstone, 'twas called. Some years prior to the Maelstrom's founding, Leviathan rose from the briny depths and set about unleashing watery hell upon us. On that occasion, the company of heroes put him down before he could do too much damage. But when the bastard came next, this time in the wake of the calamity, we were not so fortunate. Weary of ravaging our shoreline, he summoned a tidal wave which fair leveled Halfstone and washed the soil away for good measure.
The area was subsequently occupied by the Sahagin.
Aye, the thrice-damned creatures transformed it into a spawning ground for their brood. Given the quantity of crystals stolen to feed him and his legion of thralls, we can be fairly sure that Leviathan is stronger now than in his previous incarnations. If that sea demon is left to wreak havoc, what befell Hearthstone may well befall a larger settlement, even Limsa. That cannot happen. The primal must be stopped.
That was ever our objective, Admiral. But how are we to achieve it? The sea is Leviathan's uncontested domain. The ships of the 3rd Squadron could not close to within 100 yards of the primal, nor could their cannons pierce his defenses.
I have read the reports, Master Thancred. Our warships may as well have been bloody pleasure barges for all the good they did. 7 hells! Is there no way that we might strike back?
The company of heroes defeated Leviathan, having first lured him into an inlet, but we must needs contend with him upon the open sea. It will avail us little to consult past experience.
Admiral, if I may.
Speak freely, Marshal.
By all accounts, Leviathan's most formidable weapon is the very sea itself. Waves and whirlpools, tides and currents, all these things are his to command. The key to victory, I believe, lies in disarming our foe. This, in effect, is what the company of heroes achieved with their ruse. We cannot lure Leviathan from the sea a second time. But what if we could weaken his hold upon the element of water? I have heard of devices capable of such wonders. They draw upon the power of corrupted crystals, I am told. If mounted upon a ship, such a device might be used to prevent Leviathan from bringing the full force of the sea to bear against us, rendering him no more dangerous than any other sea serpent.
Of course! Sid built a similar device to grant the Enterprise safe passage through Garuda's Tempest, did he not?
Begging your pardon, my lady, but to give credit where it's due, this is something I heard from an old arcanist friend of mine.
It makes little difference who thought of it first, so long as it works. Beg the specifications of this device from your friend, and I shall pass them on to our people at Naldic and Vermelis. But before we proceed any further, I would voice one concern. Piercing Garuda's defenses is one thing. Suppressing Leviathan's attacks, quite another. In matters of science, I am as a babbling babe. But I cannot well imagine that such a feat would be possible without a veritable mountain of corrupted crystals. The question being, do we have a ship big enough to bear such a burden?
Mayhap not, Admiral, but two might. Recall you the tale of Mistbeard's greatest haul? It is said that he lashed 2 ships together, side by side, the better to bear his plunder. By your leave, we might attempt to repeat the trick. The gods know it would be quicker than building a new vessel.
Mistbeard did this. Truly, Marshal, upon the subject of the Pirate King, you are as a scholar.
Now, from what I have gleaned of these matters, the device will need to be in close and constant proximity to the target. To wit, we must lash our twin vessel to Leviathan. This in itself will be no small feat. Ramming speed will be required, but given the weight of the cargo, that will only be attainable with the aid of a towing vessel. Suffice it to say, the task of piloting said vessel will entail considerable danger, and I would not ask it of another. I volunteer myself.
'Twill be dangerous for all involved, but we have no better recourse. Very well. Commodore, assemble the remnants of the fleet at Morabee Bay. Give priority to our soundest vessels. The repairs can wait. Storm Marshal Slafierson, command of the operation is yours. I want that twin vessel ready to sail post-haste.
At once, Admiral.
And then there is the small matter of slaying the beast. The fate of Limsa Lominsa rests upon your shoulders once again. Go well, warrior of light.
Not you. I wanted to talk to Yagiri. Beings held as gods also exist in what you call the Far East. Legends tell us that they walked among us in the days of yore, but I confess that I never truly believed them. That I should live to behold one is humbling and horrifying in equal measure. Now that I have come face to face with a primal, I do begin to understand why the Garleans fear them so. What is it? A message, Admiral. I judge it best that I deliver it to you at once. I'm listening. According to the Yellow Jackets, a man has appeared who claims to have defeated Leviathan. One of the company of heroes? The details are yet hazy, Admiral. We have dispatched one of our own to question the individual. I am disinclined to put any store by his claim, and even should it be true, it is as Yostola said. None save the company of heroes have bested Leviathan, and we know how they went about it. If this man is of their number, what could he tell us that we don't already know? And yet, having wagered Limsa's survival on 2 ships, some rope, and a pile of crystals, can we afford to ignore this man? If his testimony could yield us any manner of advantage, should we not hear it? Damn it all. The twin vessel will soon be ready. We have no time to wait for the Maelstrom's report on the supposed Primal Slayer's claims. PK Thunder, seek him out and learn what you know. At the very least, it will spare you the torment of waiting for the reckoning in idleness. The man you are looking for is believed to be a resident of the Grey Fleet and Lower La Noscia. The Storm Private sent to question him should already be in the vicinity. May your journey prove fruitful. Closest I can go is here, I guess. We shall hurry, hurry, hurry across. He would be all the way off in the corner over there. Unfortunately, this is as fast as we can fly. They would put him way out in the middle of the boonies, though. Oh, it's this guy again. Now look here, you'll have your bloody story right after you carry those sacks of grain over to the mill. But sir, that's not what you said before. You had me pick the oranges for you, and before I mucked out the chocobo stables, and before I rolled that millstone over to the mill, and also before... Gods, man, I've worked 3 days straight without a wink of sleep. 3 days! And do you hear me complaining? I suppose some of us just ain't made for the rougher stuff. Alright, I'll give you what you want. Never let it be said that old Traction ain't a generous soul. Now, perk up your ears, 'cause I ain't repeating myself. Too modest, see? Besides, there's only so much epicness a man can take in one sitting. Keen. The tale of Chekham's epic victory over the dread primal Leviabetus. Now, Leviabetus is huge, make no mistake. To give you an idea of how big each of its scales is about as wide as the cross as me members long. And that's no mean feat, let me tell you. And when I fought him, I could barely see for all the brine he was pelting at me. Must have been a lagoon's worth at least. He even knocked me trusty axe out of me hands at one stage. Of course, that proved to be a grave mistake. What happened next? Why, I grabbed him by the tail, tied him up in knots, but not wanting to take all the glory for myself, I let me mates in the company of heroes handle the rest. Like I said, I'm modest as well as heroic, mayhap too modest. Now, there's some say you can never truly beat Leviabetus, but they gotta learn with him, make him the best of bad situations, not the company though. And then I walk in. He double takes. It's you! I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I was just enjoying the attention is all. I take back everything I said. I was never a part of the company of heroes. I'm no marauder. I'm actually a complete coward. I'm nothing. I'm chocobo dung. No, I'm the maggots you find wriggling in chocobo dung. I have to lie to women to tumble them, and that don't happen much. Remember, it's tiny and it's pathetic. He's like, my dick's small. I sure as hell didn't fight Leviabetus, but I have seen him with my own eyes. Was a fair few years back when I was working as a baker's hand. I was shirking my duties one day, loitering about by the harbor, when I saw a big masked sea serpent, some moms off the coast, with a fleet of galleons making straight for it, cannons firing. It was so bloody scared, I soiled myself right then and there. Oh God, just remember that day made me soil myself all over again. Hey, wait, if you're here asking about Leviabetus, it means you're planning to fight him, ain't you? Well, take care. He really is terrible, dreadful, I tell you. If you're not careful, you'll end up in his gullet at the bottom of the sea. Great, thanks. Why, you worthless lying horse son, I can't believe you made me handle your chocobo tongue. Big Thunder, this has been Philly. We're able to learn auto for us to use against Leviathan. I beg your pardon, Leviabetus? I see, that is unfortunate. At any rate, I have tidings. The twin vessel is now complete. We await you at the Moraby dry docks. Pray make your way there as soon as you're able. Waste of bleeding time. I'm told your jaunt to the Great Fleet proved fruitless. My sympathies, lad. I'll wager it served to take your mind off the events of recent days, though. But enough of that nonsense. The moment of truth is upon us. Twin vessel, the World Eater, I call her, is complete, and she surpasses all of my expectations. In addition to her prodigious tonses, she has been fitted with a platform that you and yours might maneuver freely in battle. I would mention also that she is nigh unsinkable, but I'm not one to tempt fate. The World Eater and her crew stand ready, my friend. Just give the word, and he shall bear you to Leviathan. Lord of the world. So we're going to unlock it, but we're not going to have enough time to fight it. I know that look, you are ready. Having been constructed in some haste, the World Eater may not be pretty, but I assure you she's capable. She has been fitted with what our friends at Naldic and Vermils are calling an elemental converter. Assuming that thing works, it will use the power of the corrupted crystals on board to rob Leviathan of his hold over water. Depending on how the battle unfolds, you may well need to activate the device manually. Keep that in mind. It is expected that the Sahagin and their thralls will attempt to come to Leviathan's defense. According to the Maelstrom, will once again employ diversions. Thancred and Ursola, I would have you assist in this effort. If it is to fulfill its purpose, our diversionary force must not want from numbers. By your leave, I would to volunteer my blade. We would welcome it. Having seen you fight in Sapsa, I dare say the fishbacks will find your presence highly diverting. Thancred and Ursola would join the 3rd Levy and Lady Ugiri the 5th. But what words would I have for the man who has made a sport of slaying gods? Only these. Go warily, for the sea is unforgiving place. Wage war. May the navigator guide you through the storm, warrior of light. I would echo the Admiral's sentiments and add a few words of mine own. Know that we all have the utmost faith in you, PK Thunder. May the crystal bless and keep you. Bam, ba, dam, bam, bam. The World Eater Heart is now accessible. How much time do I got? Oh, I got enough time to probably kill him. Oh, here we go. We're gonna make an attempt, guys. Duty Finder. Let's see. There it is. Let's see what happens. It's the cutscenes that make it take forever. There he is, Leviathan in all his glory. Bring it, Leviathan, beat us. Myself a little regen just in case. Oh man. Oh, I thought I was gonna die because I didn't activate it. That's funny. Okay. Minute 11. There goes Leviathan. Da, 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 da. All right. Report to the command room. So that was Leviathan, guys. He wasn't around for very long. Knowing the urgency of your business, I thought it best to refrain from making conversation during your past few visits, but today I will permit myself a few words. I feel truly privileged to have had the honor of admitting a hero such as you. You are An inspiration to us all, sir. And on that note, the Admiral awaits you in the command room. Wink.
We Lominsons are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have, had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now, we owe in no small part to you. Not for the first time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally. On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks. 'Tis meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world, and the boundless potential of man. Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well. Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
They know what she is.
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat not unlike your own. By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
Because normally he fights like
Though
he's
you
got
may
a sword and
labour to
shield.
believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
Yestola! You jest, of course.
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
Given all his history.
Minfilia, please!
Spitting out all his secrets.
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Morderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
We are in your debt, Admiral. I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment, but if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
Good lord, how long is this cutscene?
You wished a word in private.
The better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds did before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation. It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Yashtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence. Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagin's reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say. But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
I'll not deny your reasoning, but when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course, then, but know that it will lead to no good end.
Man has ever put himself first and foremost. To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
Alright guys, that's gonna... takes me back to the lower decks. That's gonna do it for today's stream. We're actually even gonna come in here and hit suspend. That's gonna do it for today's stream. The next stream, I can't guarantee it'll be tomorrow, but Monday more than likely is when it'll be. So just keep that in mind. You know, turn them notifications on, like the stream, like the page, all that good stuff. If you're an Amazon Prime member, be sure to use that Prime subscription over here. It's a free way to subscribe, helps me out, and it's free. So